Hi-ho, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of the Immortal War. Who has not gone recently when it comes to telling what happened last time?
I think you banned me from doing that.
Yes, I did, because you fucked it
Wait,
up so
that's a
badly.
punishment question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is when you make it my problem. So you know what? I'm just gonna pick somebody.
Do it.
The Lady of the Hour is not here, so I'm going to say Daniel. What happened last time?
Not me.
I am the lady of the hour. How dare you?
You're not the one who was like, I'm mad, grab mask, oh no.
That's facts.
Okay.
Well, you just summed up the whole session for him.
Only the really good part. Go back and rewatch that, by the way.
Only the instigating circumstance.
Alright, I just woke up.
Oh.
I was about to be like, who
Amy
the
was
fuck
like,
let Scott
I just-
here?
Yeah, fucking Daniel goes, I just woke up right as Amy comes in, and then she leaves. She's like,
No,
fuck
that
that,
was,
I'm the...
that was Scott.
Wait. Oh, that was Scott.
That's why I was like, who let you in here?
Oh, God, now... What
Better
the
question,
fuck's
why isn't
happening?
he in this game?
Why isn't
Because
Scott
I
in
have
every
too
game?
many people already.
So yeah, I just woke up, so bear with me here. God, what happened with Mira's group?
Came into
All right.
town.
Don't worry, guys.
Actually,
Do you want me
yeah.
to take this?
Yeah,
I wrote
you-
some
you
crazy
do.
notes.
You take notes.
Take it, crazy notes.
Taking notes? Look. All right.
My group.
We made our way into the Imperial City. I bought a little, not like a cart. I forget the name of it because I don't actually come from feudal Japan. Palanquin. All right. I bought a palanquin. I was carried by Mira and also Hiroki, I believe.
Hiroki and
No,
Suguru.
Hiroki is Mira. Yes.
I was in the game
and the
physically.
NPC. I got super drunk off some sake. Invited Hiroki and what is the NPC's name? I feel horrible. that I keep calling him
Suguru.
NPC. Suguru. Sorry. And Suguru. We had a good old time. We actually bonded. I was nice to them for like the first time ever.
was good.
We made our way to a tavern where I vibed in a hot spring. Hiroki, dramatic irony, revealed his identity to some friendly NPCs, but we still don't know about that. They also began the plan to try and disguise the sword a little bit before my broski takes a look at it and finds out the true nature of what's going on with that. Izumi got hit with a curse from a rogue impersonating a companion after she tried to purchase one, not really understanding what a companion was, becoming very disappointed, even more disappointed when it turned out to be like a rogue assassin spy. Then she runs up to the owner. She's like, yo, what do you got spies poisoning people for? This is wrong. I want to speak to your manager. You're going to look at me in the face. What's up with... Take that mask off. And then he turns into a demon, like an Oni. Which then, quick thinking by their party, figure out a clever plan to try and take the heat off long enough to allow the Oni to escape. So we've got our boy Nagashita pretends to be the Oni through some awesome illusionary magic and is publicly chased throughout the streets by Masahiro, right?
Yeah.
Masahiro, ironically hating attention, becomes the town hero after killing the vile Oni. I'm super excited for everyone to find out. I need the Emperor. I need everyone. I need everyone to know about that. And let's see here. After that shit show, they make their way to the same tavern we're in and meet us for the first time, and that's exactly what I wrote.
Alright, so
Awesome.
one quick correction though.
Yes.
You escape when you're too weak for the scene.
Oh,
The
Sure.
Oni
Yeah.
didn't escape. The Oni
true. The Oni was
politely
smuggled
left
out.
the scene.
They turned invisible because they went and got the fox, the mask maker.
Yeah, the kitsune.
Yes.
Kitsune.
And that's kind of what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Also, Masahira yelled at a doctor a lot.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Composition Notebook. So 60 cents. Come on
Hell
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah.
me all
Masahiro
fuzzy
pissed off
inside.
a doctor, and
Hey, there
Nagashita
we
had to
go.
calm her down.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a composition notebook for every campaign I'm in. Otherwise, I won't remember what's going on.
Valid.
You guys also got to listen to a lovely story.
Yeah, you guys did get to hear a
did.
really nice story. Enjoy my lore!
I liked
Rude.
it. It was a cute scene.
I gave a Koku, and
There
then
was
that
cute
became an
children in it.
issue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Goku became a big issue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
I want to
Yes.
see your sword now, sir.
buy my sword! Instead of buy my sword, it's see your sword.
Yeah.
Woo.
Ooh.
So yeah, we're going to start off actually with Hiroki, the sword meister.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we
Um,
left off, everyone had gotten together. You guys have probably had time to kind of chillax, introduce yourselves to one another. It is late at night, but it never really gets quiet, probably like you're used to. This is a big city in the middle of one of the largest festival seasons of the year. There's crickets outside. There's the dull sound of June bugs. There's people, there's carts, there's animals that you can hear further down the way back towards the main street. But when we left off, you had two paths to take. Someone suggested that you speak to Fukuro about handling Akimasa, or at least the whole situation with showing the sword. And there was also a public library here in the inn where you could look at different books concerning different parts of the world to smuggle yourself out to.
I'm gonna take option 3. So it's late at night. Hiroki waits until it's late. You know, like no decent person would be up at this hour. And he probably gets dressed in the clothes that he's given. And these are like actually like traveling clothes. He gets dressed in the clothes that he's been given. And he's gonna walk to Akimasa and Kochiki's room, and he's going to lightly knock on the paper door, assuming that Kochiki is going to be passed the fuck out from being drunk.
Oh yeah. Koshisi. I'm out cold. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably be awake.
And he waits for Akimasa to like answer the door.
I would come up to the door, peek out.
Say, go ahead.
I'd probably look you up and down. Do you have your sword with you?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's
Yeah.
actually no longer hidden in like a satchel burlap thing. It's just on his back. Or on his side, rather, with his other two blades.
Perfect. I'll invite you in, and Hiroki.
As you invite me in, I hold up my hand and, he says, perhaps we might be able to go somewhere more private. Somewhere maybe no one's using the bathhouse at the moment.
Oh no, friend
God damn
fiction.
Not friend fiction, damn it.
Yeah, I'll meet you there. I'll
And
be
you
down
see
in a moment.
Hiroki is in like traveler's clothes at this point. He's not dressed like in light clothes or anything. Like he looks like he's gonna go out at least somewhere around town.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll take note of it, and I'll meet you down there in a moment. Let me get proper. I'm assuming I'm probably in sleepwear at this time, so I will. I'll just get dressed in some other things, and then I want to have a. Do I have a dagger? I think I have a dagger. Where
You
would
do
that
have
be?
a
You should have a
wakizashi.
wakizashi.
Cool. So that's a dagger. Is that small enough for me
Yeah.
to conceal?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I noticed that you have
wakizashi is
lots
about-
of blades, and that
Wakizashi
scares
is
me
short.
just a little bit, because I still don't fully trust him. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring a concealed blade with me down to the bath.
Wakizashi is like a short sword.
Yeah, it's still pretty short. It's about a foot at most.
Wakizashi is about 2,
Yeah.
Really?
2.5.
Oh
It's,
yeah, I'm
it's-
thinking of a
Oh, I'm thinking of a
Tonto.
Yeah, it's a
Tonto.
short sword. You're thinking of
Fuck,
Tonto.
okay, do I
Yeah,
have
the Tonto is
anything
nice.
small enough to
Um,
bring knife?
I will say that while you are getting ready, you find something akin to a letter opener
that
in the
works.
room.
Perfect. It doesn't even have to. I'm gonna give it a quick sharpening. I guarantee I've got a stone. Just real quick, just both sides, just shink shink. It's not gonna do near enough to sharpen
Yeah.
it in any real capacity, but it puts my mind at ease a little bit, and I'll conceal that, and I'll walk down to the bathhouse.
And yeah, when you enter the bathhouse, you see Hiroki probably sitting cross-legged. He's smoking tobacco out of an elephant bone pipe, which is like stupid expensive. It's like clearly engraved and scrimshawed. And he's sitting there, and the blade is in front of him. And as you enter, he kind of gives you a small bow.
I'll bow right back, and I'm going to immediately start investigating this blade. Almost no words
Before-
said to him.
Before you touch the blade, as you're
Uh-huh.
reaching it, he holds up his hand once more. And of course, again, this is much more careful and calm than you've seen Hiroki at all. Like, he's usually like a goofball. This is dead serious, you know? And he says, before you examine that blade, there's probably something you should know. He says, I've been traveling with you under false pretenses, and lying is not of my nature, at least not in a serious manner. I, to be perfectly honest with you, am terrible at this. And he probably says, I am Okuhashi Hiroki, daimyo of the Grass Clan, the final son. There are none other of my kind. All are dead, as far as I know. My trepidation in our travels has been simply for fear of my life. But at this point, I don't feel I can run anymore, and I don't feel I want to hide the truth from anyone anymore. Shortly after our conversation, I'm going to go to a shrine, and then perhaps I will leave. Perhaps I will come back. Whatever you decide to do with this information, whether you tell the Shogun, or whether you tell authorities, or whether you keep it to yourself, is your own business. But no more can I hide, especially from those who I've traveled with. I am sorry for the deception. It is highly dishonorable, and pragmatism has compromised my morals. And he's
Go ahead.
just, you know, when someone tells you some news like that someone just died,
Mhm.
like that's about where he's at. He is not hard to read. He's very upset.
I appreciate the honesty. At least now. Better late than never. Is that why you possess a blade such as this? And I am gonna lean down to pick it up at this point in time.
Yeah, and as you do that, he says, "This is the clan blade, the legendary blade of grass. This is the final standing of my station. This is the only thing that ties me to the people who I once was a part of. The people who are now no longer with us. This blade carries the legacy and the craftsmanship of legends, the history of thousands of years. This blade is the only thing that grounds me to the world in which I once lived. That world does not exist anymore, nor will it ever again."
And DM, I assume I can see that he's not bullshitting, right? This is obviously
Yes,
that blade. Now that I've got a very good
when
look
the
at
grass blade was ascended to the point of being a real clan, about 100 years ago or so, this was a sword that was made by the commissioned by the emperor at the time as a sign of writ to the clan.
And he probably says, as daimyo, I could tell you to do or not to do anything, but I think that those would fall on hollow ears. A daimyo without his clan, nor with direction, is not a daimyo at all.
I would tend to agree. A daimyo without a clan is not much of any. But what you say at least seems to ring true. This is that blade. You do claim a name from the Grass Clan. And your heart is heavy with sorrow. I'm honored to be in your presence, Lord Daimyo. And I'm honored to be in the presence of this blade. And I will give him a very deep bow at this point. Between knowing that you are the daimyo and seeing just such a legendary blade, the amount of respect and just reverence, you can tell. I incredibly, maybe not completely of you, a lot more to the blade than to you, but still, I do give that very, very respectful bow.
Oh yeah.
And the daimyo that is willing to carry the likes of my brother around, that is a funny and rare sight that I hope not to see again.
And he probably begins to stand up and he takes his blade very gently and he says, do you know what the Grass Clan stood for that the Shogun reviled so deeply?
Unfortunately, I was too caught up in my own clan's dealings. I'm not quite that familiar with what the Grass Clan was about.
Yeah, and he says, the Grass Clan stood for what we believed the true Bushido, the true goal of the samurai, to help others, to find levity in life, to live as if we were not already dead. We were not honor-bound soldiers waiting for our own passing. We were people who believed that we could live and help others live. The fact that we did not believe that the Shogun's reign led to such a conducive lifestyle, and the fact that we believed the Shogun's reign led to more honor-bound bureaucracy and debts that are to be paid to no one, left on the wind as an idiot's whisper. That is the reason we were killed. And the way that we were killed was on no fair ground. I want you to remember, if you are to go to the palace and your brother is to seize power or to court power and you are to meet anyone, the Shogun is a coward and he does not believe in the common person. He believes in himself. And that will never change so long as he lives immortal.
Truth though you may speak, and daimyo you may be, you're lucky we are the only ones here, because that is disrespect to one who, at least by station, deserves our respect. Even if I agree with the sentiments spoken. To say them out loud is something different.
And Hiroki kind of gives this pained half smile as he takes his pipe out of his mouth and paps the kind of the remnants into his hand, and kind of drops them onto like a dirt patch near the ground, probably where there's some topiary or something. And he says, "And that formality is the reason the Glass clan has died. Respect for lives. I'm going to leave with my sword. You may see me again, or you may not. I wish you the safest on your journey, Zakimasa. May you bring much joy to those around you, and may you bring much honor to your own station. Never lose sight of what it means to live." And he'll give you a very deep bow.
I will silently, respectfully bow back, but that's about it. I've
Yeah.
got to process what I want to do with that information.
Yeah, because Hiroki's not going to stick around. He's going to turn around and DM Hiroki is going to go to the most. He's going to grab the burlap from his room, wrap his sword again, just enough so no one's going to notice it at a glance, and he's going to travel to the shrine that is near the
palace.
the very neutral one.
Right.
Yeah,
We'll get to that in a second.
absolutely.
Brian, are you back?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. Because we're going to cut over to you. It has been a couple of days since you returned, and you have just been living as a welcomed, honored guest in the palace. It's late one night, the night before the summer solstice, and you hear the steps of one of the attendants' feet on the floor before she says very quietly, "Lady Enya, are you here?"
Enter.
The door slides open and one of the attendants steps in, clothed in the garb of one of the Imperial House's attendants. She dips her head very low in a very polite bow and is like, and before raising, stays that way and says, "His Lordship, the Shogun, wishes to speak to you."
I see. Is this a formal summons?
"No, Lady Enya, he wishes to speak to you person to person. The Shogun's words exactly."
I will be but a minute to get ready.
"Yes, my lady." And she, without standing back up straight, leaves the room and shuts the door for you.
Yeah, I get sort of like dressed up in my best clothing.
You do
I'll
that.
leave the armor behind.
And you've definitely been given some very nice clothing for where you are and who you're around. And as you leave, the attendant tells you where to go, basically saying to go to the top of one of the higher levels of the keep, and there's what's the word? A balcony that looks out, a balcony garden that looks out over the city, and that's where you'll find the Shogun.
I respectfully wait until he acknowledges my presence.
Yeah, you make the trip up there, and the Shogun is in just standard, well, very lavish for his position, obviously, garb. But he turns around and nods his head to you and motions for you to come closer. He's a very tall man with stark white hair, features that are neither young nor old, and faintly glowing violet eyes.
I give the bow of respect that he deserves, and you wish to speak with me.
"I do. Please, come closer. The city is lovely at this time of night."
Yes, it is.
And it's all the lights of a city at night combined with the colorful lanterns that have been strung up across streets or on the tops of roofs. You can see the ships in the river out to sea. It's a very beautiful sight. And the Shogun is quiet for a moment before he looks over towards you and says, I wish to speak about the mission I sent you on. What do you feel about it? Speak plainly and honestly.
I have reservations about what happened.
He nods his head. I'm not unreasonable. What are these reservations you have?
Did the clan truly have to be wiped out? What transgression did they do to deserve such a thing?
He takes a long, deep breath and says, They were enemies to eternity. I do not wish to kill my subjects. I do not wish to destroy those who have the courage and the spirit to say what they believe is right, and to seek truth and honesty and integrity. Those are things that I find lacking in many. I have lived for thousands of years. I have seen the beginning of this empire. I have seen it all. Order must be maintained from a strong place. When the clans begin to doubt that place, ambition grows. And ambition is the killer of nations, of people.
I believe I understand.
He nods.
Still hurts that I had to do it.
We all carry the bonds of karmic debt that we accrue in this life. Stains on our souls that will never leave. But those of us who serve can rest easy knowing that we do so for the betterment of all around us. For the sake of the Empire, we stain our hands. Can I trust you, Oniyuri?
Yes, I would give my life for you and the Emperor.
He nods, takes another long, deep breath, and looks out over the city. I know the choices I've made have been unpopular. I know that the clans are fearful for their own positions now. Perhaps some believe that this will create a vacuum that they can exploit. As I said, ambition is the downfall of nations. The days ahead will be written in blood, and it will be up for those who come after to decide who was right and who was wrong. But if I am to steer this nation in the course that I believe will lead it to a true and lasting eternity, then I will need strong souls there beside me, Magistrate.
The minute he calls her that, she just has this sort of like look on her face. It's like, magistrate.
And at that, he reaches into one of the sleeves of his kimono and pulls out a writ that he holds out to you. And when you open it up, it is an official thing that says you are not only a magistrate, but you are specifically a magistrate of the Shogun. You speak with his authority, and you speak on his behalf.
She finishes reading, rolls up the writ, tucks it in the folds of the sash of her kimono, and does a deep, reverent bow.
And, perhaps shockingly, he does the same back to you. Deep and reverent before he stands back up straight. I will try my best to not overburden you. But we must be willing to do anything in order to protect the land we care for. There will be no more wars in my empire.
And so shall it be.
Enjoy the rest of your night, and the rest of the festival. Do not let these somber tidings take away from the light that the future has to offer.
I shall enjoy them. And my serious thanks.
He nods his head to you again in something of a short bow, before he turns back and stares contemplatively out over the city. And I think from there, we're going to cut back to Hiroki. Hiroki, even now, approaching on 10 or 11 o'clock at night, the city is still alive. Not nearly as cloistered and claustrophobic as it had been, but there are still throngs of people you have to make your way through. And it's a bit of a long trek. Night has sunken even deeper, and the moon is high by the time you reach the gateway towards the palace.
Yeah.
Normally, it's closed. But, while normally the great shrines of the palace are reserved for those of the highest station, the festival has seen them open to the public at large. An arcade of torii gates stands on either side of a small walled-in section of the palace. Freshly painted in coats of bright red paint with numerous decorative lanterns hanging from their crossbars.
Alright.
Assuming you step in.
Yeah, no, I continue on my journey to the shrine. I assume that I have been to this shrine at least once before because, you know, as the Yojimbo of a daimyo, I'm sure that I've been to the capital city at least once before.
Oh,
I know
you've
I went to
probably
the
spent
Imperial
time.
War Academy.
If you were at the War Academy, then for sure
Yeah,
you spent your
I
time here.
I would have been at the War Academy at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, more lanterns are hung on strings about the perimeter of the wall. Grass paths are kept at a perfect height, with sakura and great oak trees planted at precisely chosen spots, all while packed earth paths lead toward the center. There, a massive, great, gnarled tree rises tall and proud into the air, wrapped about in numerous yorishiro ropes, turning the giant tree into a home for the innumerable kami. White fabric and colorful tassels hang from the ropes, while numerous faithful have taken to the tradition of casting their omamori towards the tree, in the hopes that the kami will fulfill their wishes and desires. Many of the shrines are busy, with faithful and fair-weather worshippers alike ambling to and fro, stopping to wash their hands in the ceremonial stations before each shrine, or lighting incense to carry their prayers to the heavens. But you know, from being here before, that you follow a lesser-traveled path to a single shrine that's mostly unattended, a nondescript shrine with Buddhist prayer wheels around a raised Shinto shrine itself. The inscriptions are written in an old dialect of Amikoan that say the shrine is dedicated to no one kami, no person or thing, but to the spiritual health of the nation. A lone attendant sweeps leaves and blossoms away from this quiet, sacred place.
Yeah. As I approach, I look for the offering plate for an area, and I place my final koku in it. Um, and I bow to the attendant, uh,
The,
and then
the
oh, go
attendant
ahead.
had seemed to be mostly in their own headspace,
Yeah,
and on seeing you, very quickly stands up straight, or almost holding on to the handle of the broom that they are about the height of, as
yeah,
if it were a spear handle, and quickly dips their head to you with a pair of decorative earrings in either ear, and says,
yeah.
"Oh, forgive me, I'll leave."
Oh, I wave at them, and I kind of wave that notion off, and I say, please, if you've work to do, I promise that you are not disturbing me and will not. And
Yeah, they seem to be a boy of about 15 or 16 with roughly cut hair to keep it back.
yeah,
Obviously, it looks like all they did was pull all of their hair back and chop at it with a knife
mhm,
or something.
yeah,
Few,
and I'll. Oh, go ahead.
a few freckles, bright brown eyes, but they move their mouth as if to say something for a second before quickly nodding and saying, "Sorry, we are not used to visitors to this shrine in particular."
And he kind of nods and says, to be perfectly honest, I am not accustomed to visiting shrines all that often either. So it appears that we are both out of our element. And he'll kind of give like a gentle smile.
Yeah, they smile at you and are like, there's an awkward silence before they motion to the shrine and say, "Please, please."
Yeah. And Hiroki is going to go to the shrine. He's going to kneel, and he's going to set his wakizashi in front of him, and he's just going to pray. He's just going to reach out, just any kami, anything, any force of nature. He's just lost. You know what I mean? He has no idea what he's doing at this point, and he's just almost begging in his head as he kind of like eyes the wakizashi with like a passing intent. You know what I mean? Something that's very like, this might get involved, it might not, but just Hiroki is probably at the darkest hour of his entire life.
And as you sit there in silence, the silence is almost refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no game that needs to be played, no one to hide from, no thing that you need to be to anyone but yourself, to the kami.
Yeah.
And in the silence and in the gentle breeze of this late night, you feel comforted, not by anything in particular, but
Yeah.
just by the notion of the silence being allowed to linger. And then, perhaps noticing the visible distress that you're in, after a moment, the attendant steps closer and is like, "Lord Samurai, are you well?"
He'll look up with that very obviously pained smile and go, "The road brings us many hardships. I suppose it is the job of a man to bear those hardships and do it stoically."
Yeah, they thin their lips for a moment. It's like, "The burdens we carry are our decision to carry them. I, I should not be. I know not what you're going through, but I have been through my own trials."
And yeah, and Hiroki is just very politely listening, very active listening. Like, whoever this kid is, like, they know for a fact Hiroki is not like being like, fucking attendant. Like they're very much like, go on. You know what I mean?
That's why I came here to the Shrine of the Forgotten.
Mm.
Because sometimes you feel like you're forgotten. Because sometimes that's everything that was built up for you just isn't anymore.
Yeah, Hiroki's definitely gonna roll that kind of thought around his mouth. Kind of nod, say, "You're wise beyond your years."
Wisdom is often brought from pain. And you would recognize that as a very, like, pulled from a very classical, like, something
Oh,
that
yeah.
everyone has to read as the classics for their
Yeah.
schooling.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's read by samurai specifically.
Yeah, and Hiroki isn't gonna ask any questions, except for, friend, what is your name?
They about say something, stop, and say, Ima.
Ima.
Now that I've given the name, I can show you the picture.
Yay.
Because I've remembered that I can do that with key NPCs, is show to players.
Yay. I
Oh,
can't
not the
see the
text.
picture.
That's
I see
the.
blank.
That's not. That was the
Damn.
text content. Maybe that'll show the image.
There we go.
Ah, adorable baby.
It's the GM as ancient feudal person.
Oof.
I probably look at Ima and I say, Ima, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Hiroki. And I stand up, put my wakizashi back into my like cloak and kind of bow, or into my gi.
Oh, and very well trained, regimented almost, sits up straight and bows perfectly at the waist towards you.
Yeah, and I probably look at them. They're pretty thin, right?
Not unhealthily thin, but thin. The thin
I
of youth.
Yeah, I probably say, Ima, have you eaten today?
This morning, but it's been so busy with everyone coming in for the festival.
Kind of nods and says, I'm sure that there's somewhere that gets food, or that has food somewhere near here. Would you like to get some food?
Man, might I remind you that you just put your last koku in that dish?
No, I know. I know.
I shouldn't, but it's not like anyone is going to come here. Besides, wabi sabi. Looking at all of the way, the seemingly random way that the leaves and sakura blossoms have fallen about the shrine.
Yeah, and he probably says, a growing boy needs his food, and kind of gives him a big grin. Probably the first Hiroki style grin he's given since he's gotten in the fucking Imperial City. You know what I mean?
Oh, you see him, like, let out a breath that didn't even know he was holding at that.
Yeah.
And nod quickly. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna go with him to like the nearest fucking, I don't know, like nearest place that has food.
Oh, easy. It's nighttime.
Yeah.
There's a night market that will be going on until the sun comes up, where you can
Oh.
find any animal that walks, that flies, that swims, and it's on a stick.
All right. And I would like to, as we enter, I would like to make a skullduggery roll to mischievously, not like, I'm a thief, but more like, haha, I'm a thief, snag a couple random things on a stick.
All right, that'll be a TN2 roll, probably with air.
Okay, TN2 with air. Okay. 2. All right. Let's see what I got. Anything good? So that's an opportunity, and what is the circly one?
Those are exploding successes.
Aha. So I will keep my exploding success, my opportunity, and I'll take a strife and an exploding success. That's the smart move, right?
That does guarantee that you succeed.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and do that.
Those are re-rolled.
And
You don't have to keep them.
Nope, I'm not going to, because that'd be another strife.
And there is the things for air that you can spend your opportunity on. You can learn someone's demeanor in current strife. You can be very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one doesn't really help here.
What's the last one?
Sell an item for 10% more.
I would like to be very subtle and kind of do this thing where I walk by a shop and I like probably talk to the keeper of like this thing, like probably Hiroki's being led by his nose to like somewhere, and he's just like, ah, yes, like I want to find the meanest looking shopkeep. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and you definitely find this guy. He's huge, he's burly, he's unshaven, he's sweating up a storm from cooking, from slaving over a hot wok all day.
Yeah.
And is very gruff with you.
Oh yeah, I'm like, hello, how are you today?
Busy. What do you want?
Oh, I was simply going to ask the selection. What is the recipe that you use, roughly? You don't have to give away any secrets.
He rolls his eye at that, and like you hear him mutter as he like tries to wipe some of the sweat off of his face, just like city types or something like that.
Yeah.
And gives a very, very basic thing where it's like, we catch the fish, we cook the fish, we put this fish sauce on the fish.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, fascinating. And where do you get the fish sauce? Like,
we buy it.
Ah, and where do you buy it? I'm sure that it smells wonderful. And as he's doing this, he like very casually is like grabbing a couple like things of fish and like casually sliding them like to the other side of the like over the edge so that he kind of has his hand on the side of the stand and they're holding the fish.
You do that, and actually they look to Ima and then look to you and then look back and go, you go, get away from my stand, you little. And like Ima's like, I didn't touch anything, I didn't take anything, let's just go, Hiroki.
Yeah, and Hiroki is like, I'm sorry that you find my company unacceptable. I hope you good sales for the rest of your day. May you please have a wonderful evening. And
you be careful around that little thief.
And I say, you know, I don't respond to him. I just bow to him, and then I walk off and hand him one of the fish on his stick, and I say, why did he call you a thief? As I like start to eat my stolen fish.
Oh, and he's eating it too. He's like, well, I didn't always work as an attendant. When I first came to the city, I didn't have anything to do, and no money, and nothing I could do, so...
And Hiroki is gonna kind of look at him and say, if they do not offer you work, or ask for work. If they offer you no work, ask for bread. If they offer you no bread and no work, take bread. And he like takes a big bite out of it.
Yeah, he's like, no one was going to offer me work back then, trust me.
Yeah, and probably, you know, Hiroki is gonna continue eating and go, this is surprisingly mediocre. I don't believe he was telling the truth about his fish sauce.
Well, that's the thing about these night markets. It's all mediocre, and then you feel really bad in the morning.
Ah, but when you have a stomach such as mine, and he like pats his stomach, he goes, you'll never feel bad after eating, only drinking.
He just gives you a look at that and is like, I guess you're just built different.
Yeah, no, Hiroki will chuckle and say, many might say that. However, if I can find the architect of the temple that is my body, then I would give them great praise. As he kind of like sits down on a nearby bench. And I think he'll just shoot the shit with this kid.
Yeah. Are you? What do you want to know in particular? I'll let you
Uh,
ask me, the DM, a couple questions before we switch
you know,
over.
weirdly enough, I don't think Hiroki wants to know anything in particular about him. He'll probably ask him stuff like just very basic, like how'd you end up in the city? Like you were poor at the beginning, but mainly he's just gonna like make small talk and just kind of live in the moment. You know what
Well,
I mean?
I can definitely answer that, and that's that they came here for school.
Ah, what kind of school?
He leans in and says, "The academy."
Ah, I went to the academy. There's only three of each instructor that is picked. My
Three,
instructor died,
3 from each prefecture gets chosen. Meh, meh, meh.
and he kind of says, "So, were you one of the three?"
Well, obviously I was to come here, but I wasn't picked by any of the masters, if that's what you mean.
And he probably scruffles his hair and goes, "Oh, worry not about that. The school is only able to teach you so much. Much of what you may learn, you'll learn talking to people, interacting."
He shrugs and is just like, I don't understand why we need to learn about something like war. To begin with, shouldn't we be learning how to not have wars in the first place?
And Hiroki probably finishes his fish like in one big bite and kind of hucks the stick. Probably, I'm assuming we're like maybe by some water or something. He'll
Oh,
like
you're
huck the
probably
stick.
by the river.
Yeah, he'll huck the stick in the river. Uh, and he'll go, "Well, the problem with violence is that no one wishes to have violence. But when someone does, everyone else must participate." And he kind of points towards his sword on his side and says, "This isn't just for show, but it's not something to eagerly be used either. It's important, though I may disagree with the methods in which the import is treated."
Yeah, he nods at that. And we're gonna cut as it pulls back to just
Yeah,
you two doing that,
yeah, just
along with
hanging out.
the lights of ships going up and down the river. And we're actually going to watch as the night sky slowly turns a brighter shade of blue before Amaterasu herself starts to rise up over the eastern horizon. And we're going to cut back to the inn with all of our sleepy Shibas. And actually, Amy, are you there and can you talk?
I am here. I have a few minutes. I wanted to ask a question, but I was in the car and I couldn't, but it would have worked out perfectly if I could have. So I want to ask it retroactively.
Yes.
You mentioned at the beginning, it's very loud and not what we're all used to. And then some shit went down, and that's fortunate, but also unfortunate. I was wondering if Izumi, that's my name, right? Yeah,
Yes.
would have been up and would have also taken advantage of the empty bathhouse. That's okay if she didn't. So
Yes.
it's okay.
And I'm going
Like,
to say, because the men's
yeah,
and the women's bathhouses are separated only by a wall made of
yeah,
bamboo. Yeah, you
yeah.
heard it. You heard all of it.
Oh
That's
God,
what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, you
Lovely.
heard
So
all of it.
Nice.
that's incredible. Oh, that's so incredible. Okay, let me get one quick thing printed. So, as I hear this, I wait patiently for everyone to leave. And once I know they're gone, like when I hear them come in, I drop down into the water to where the only thing above the water is like my nose, my ears, and my top of my head. Like I'm just like, oh God. And I'm just as quiet as I can possibly be. Um, so I hear all of that. I It's not my story to tell, so I don't think I should tell anybody right now. But I definitely wait longer than probably necessary to make sure everybody has like left or gone back to bed. So I'm usually in the bathhouse for like another half hour. I am pruny as shit.
I, w-
And
I will say one thing
go
that
ahead.
happens while you're waiting. After
Mhm.
they leave, there's a sharp pain at the small of your back, and the
Oh yeah, I forgot
steam
about that.
and the steam of the place seems to coil around itself into the shape of an old woman who just goes, "What would your master think?" before it disappears.
Ugh, this is the worst curse ever. Damn.
Curse of
So-
judgment. Curse of old lady
Curse of
judgment.
How dare I be cursed like this? So that's neat. I'm loving that. I'm gonna go back and like wake up Masahiro. Masahiro, are we sharing a room? Or am I on?
How improprietous, but probably.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay. Okay. I figured because we came from the same space. I'm gonna wake you up, and it's gonna be like, Masahiro, Masahiro.
Yes, yes. I'm
Oh,
awake.
no.
I'm awake.
Hi. So can we talk about this curse real quick? Also, I should really just stay inside the room when I sleep. That's unnecessary. It doesn't matter. So I decided I should just like take a bath. Nobody's up, nobody's around. It's not a big deal. So I had like a really great soak, and absolutely nothing eventful happened at that time until this thing. Like I have a curse. This tattoo's a curse, and this old lady was like, "What would your master think?" And I'm not really sure what she's asking because all I did was have a soak by myself all alone.
And
So,
now you're
like, I
lying
didn't-
more.
Well, I did technically have a soak by myself all alone in my
Lies
own
of
little
omissions are
space.
still
Still
lies.
lies.
But also, I'm glad you're not
know.
telling anyone because it makes better dramatic tension.
Exactly. so yeah, just like very real uncomfortable about this. What am I gonna do? What do I do?
Masahiro just stares at you as you're frantically going over all this.
Yeah.
And just... Well, clearly you heard something you weren't supposed to. But as for your
What?
curse...
No, yeah, the lady was saying the things. I didn't want to hear that right now.
Why don't we perform a cleansing rite? It might not clear the curse, but it may slow it down a bit.
Okay, can we do that here, or do we have to go somewhere? I'm real pruny. Do I have to get back in the water? I mean, I will, but do I have to?
No, he will pull out his pack and start getting everything ready. And we're gonna do a
Okay.
midnight cleansing rite. Woo! It's like a
Hell yes.
college requirement.
Seance.
Seance. No,
I'm
that'd be if we
loving
did
it.
commune with spirits.
I love it.
We can do that another night.
I will say,
Hell yeah.
you go through this ritual. I'm not going to make you do any rolls for it. Not
Okay.
going to do that. It does not work. But
Yeah.
because of your connection to this, as you do it, you realize this is something ancient. This is old magic that you do not understand.
Yeah. We fucked. I mean, I'm fucked. You're probably fine. Unless you also get cursed by association. In which case, I'm sorry. But not really, because misery loves company. Did I mention that I was by myself? Okay, just checking. Make sure you know I was by myself.
No, the
Clearly.
curse does not transfer, but when you're doing it, there are some images that seem to flash into your mind since you are the one who is trying to cleanse her of this evil. And you just see random flashes of dark mountaintops, snakes coiled around the branches of high trees lunging out towards you. And just there's a coldness to your hands when you pull away, where usually there is the warmth of the kami from these rituals.
Be gone, thoughts.
Oh no. How bad is it? Is it real bad?
You seem to have pissed off something capable of placing an exceedingly ancient curse upon you. I see nothing has changed since the time I left.
No. I'm so sorry about that. Listen,
You're real quiet, Amy.
am I really? I'm
There,
sorry.
you're better.
I can try and talk louder.
That's better.
That's better.
Okay, hang on. Maybe it's my headphones are not picking up, and I need to be over here then. Okay. So I'm real sorry about that, Oni. I didn't mean to. I let my I was in a place. I was in a bad place, and I don't know. Is that why it's not working? Because you're mad at me about the Oni?
No.
Okay.
Where are
feel
you two
bad
doing
about
this cleansing rite?
We're just in our room.
Wow,
That's just-
I'm loud.
Like, why would you? No.
Okay.
I'm gonna say most of
Okay.
you are well, I forgot. Kochiki doesn't hear it because he's passed out drunk.
Right.
Akimasa and Nagashita probably hear it though, where she's like, "I'm sorry," or they just pissed off about the Oni.
Unrealistically loud, and then I don't know, do you try and shush me at any point? Like,
I probably will because it's like, please, it is late. People are sleeping.
oh,
We
right.
will have to seek out someone much more powerful than I to take care of this curse.
I think the same person that cursed me is the person that tried to kill my. Did I mention that?
The person that tried to do. Sorry.
That tried to
cut out.
kill
The
her is the
person-
same one who
sorry.
attacked the abbot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's sucky. So yeah, I think that this was a calculated attack, even though I guess it could have had something to do with the. Nope, it didn't. That happened after. I'm very upset about that Oni situation. I don't know. Who would I even contact about seeing someone about that?
You would have to probably go to one of the shrines and speak to someone there.
Okay. That needs to be done. But not this late, yeah?
Yeah, not this
It
late.
doesn't-
We should.
I have to go to bed because I have to talk to Dad tomorrow.
Well, have I received a summons, or do I even know yet?
By the way, Nagashita has the clean hearing distinction.
Oh,
Keen hearing. So,
you're hearing
yeah.
all of this.
Sorry.
No, but we were gonna get to that, Daniel.
Well, no, because the way you said it, I was like, oh wait, did I know?
We're
But,
gonna get to it.
I think so. I'm gonna apologize profusely to Masahira about again bothering him in some form or fashion, and I'm like, I know I'm not the best traveling companion. My bad.
You were a very
Sorry.
entertaining traveling companion. I enjoy our time together.
Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying the time we've spent in this place. I am struggling, but it's okay. It's okay.
I'm not enjoying the time we've spent in this place. How about we meditate for a while?
You know what? That sounds great. Also, I can't sleep. I'm so sorry that I woke you up. That's not fair to you either. Yeah. Okay, I'm meditating. I just stop talking and I just sit down. just start meditating.
You find it harder than usual to attain the stillness that you need of your mind to meditate. There's just this creeping cold in the back of your mind, as if something is there that should not be there.
Yeah. That
It's called
tracks.
guilt.
It might be guilt.
It's called being cursed!
Same thing.
Maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe she's just born that way.
Oh, I might have been born with a.
She's built different.
This whole party do be built different, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, everyone in this party is very atypical.
I know. I've noticed that.
So yeah, this party do be built different, though. Not like other girls.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we will cut there, and we will go to the morning. And as everyone is getting ready, you two see Saito and Suchi, who are holding like an open breakfast for everyone in the main room, but are getting ready to go somewhere. Let me send you their pictures now too.
Ooh, woo.
Ooh woo.
Ooh.
So there's
Woo.
Saito.
Ooh, woo.
Hold on. Okay. Okay.
I am not logged in at this
And there's
time.
Suchi.
Why are they always hot?
Because
Because-
Girl.
this is fantasy.
Carol
Everyone's
out.
hot.
That's fair.
This is fantasy. It's based off of movies and TV shows, which means, you know, they're not going to cast uggos.
Mm.
Oh my
Hollywood.
God, he's hot.
Oh no, he's hot. Oh no, she's hot too. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Banging.
Now you guys see why
so
I
I
said
have
that
to-
Suchi is Amy bait.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yes, I'm living for it. I haven't even seen her yet, but I'm very excited. So I have to meet with a customer real fast. So would it be okay if at some
No.
point, like early in the morning, Izumi finally finds sleep and she ends up sleeping in for just a bit while I go deal with real life
Yes,
stuff?
that's perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Cat claws.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, they're all getting ready. And when you guys get into where they have the food, you notice there's a whole stack of paper lantern building materials. And as you all filter in, one by one, Suchi actually smiles to each of you. He's like, "Oh, I haven't met some of our newer guests. My name is Yoma Suchi. I am the caretaker of this establishment, and member in good standing of the Kaita Commission."
After doubt. Just kidding.
I mean, she was part of the Lily clan. You never know. Yeah, she's saying that
And-
specifically to, like, Hiroki. Or are you back yet, Hiroki?
I was about to say, can Hiroki roll in like he rolls in roughly on time for breakfast because this bitch never misses a meal. But
Oh, yeah, that's
also, like,
perfect.
he looks so fucking tired. He's been up all night.
Yeah, and Kochiki, who also probably looks real fucking tired because he's real hungover.
Oh, I just got that ding. Yeah, just like in my ears right now. Oh man.
And you, Shion is there, Akimasa, you're there. Suguru and Fukuro are having their morning spar out in the backyard.
Akimasa, how are you reacting to Hiroki being back?
Good question.
Because you kind of just got told, like, hey, I'm like the president, I'm like the governor of Michigan, and Michigan was just destroyed by the U.S., and I'm the only one who can carry on Michigan's legacy.
You're more like the...
Michigan.
You're more
Detroit.
like, I am the governor of Wyoming or Vermont or some back-ass
yeah,
nowhere
we can
state.
split hairs about what governor I am.
I think Michigan's a backward.
Yeah.
Or Wisconsin. We could say Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm the governor of Wisconsin, a good-natured people.
No wonder you're so cheesy. Also, holy
I
fuck,
hate
it's
you,
hot in my
Daniel.
room. God.
You think it's hot in your room?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
bro,
look at the
you-
NPCs you just showed us. Am I right?
Oh, these
Oh my God, they're
I'm
hot.
sweating up a storm. I'm having the vapors.
I was about
You
to
just
say,
left Suji up here just...
Honestly, I think me and my brother, Kochiki, would probably have had a conversation before going down
Oh,
to
no.
breakfast.
oh
I think-
no.
Part of
Oh,
that
yeah.
conversation would inform the way that I would would react to you walking in.
All right, yeah, let's do
I was
that.
about to say, you're
Yeah.
gonna tell the slimy diplomat?
That's
Are
a
you sure?
terrible idea. This
Very,
might be why
very
Hiroki
bad.
leaves the campaign and my new character joins.
Hey, I didn't say I was gonna tell him.
That's fair.
But no, when you wake up, brother of mine, you will notice that I have already been awake, and you can definitely tell something's on my mind as you wake up. But as I hear you waking up, I'll look over to you and I'll be like, about time you've woken up, brother. How is your head?
Ringing. But I haven't been able to drink like that in a while, so honestly, I kind of welcome it. I feel good, brother. I feel good. Thank you for the extended silence allowing me to wake up naturally. As always, and I'm just doing my stretches.
Do you do Tai Chi?
I know. Yeah.
So,
But I must ask, you
mhm.
seem a bit off. Did you have a troublesome dream?
Something to that effect.
Wrong campaign for that.
Just thinking about what had happened to grass.
Yes, very sad. Kingdoms come and fall. Why is this bothering you all of a sudden?
Oh, no particular reason. I don't know. I had the thought, what if the Grass Clan wasn't wiped out? What if some survived? What then? I'm not of the political nature such as yourself, so I don't know. The thought is, what if they weren't as thorough as they thought they were?
They weren't as thorough as they thought they were. I assumed that the Shogun would stop at nothing to make sure that it was completed. And as members of the clan that we are members of, we would have a responsibility of reporting that. And there is no insight in this game, but I do find it odd that my brother is asking me such things. Is there any such check where I can just kind of, let me look here.
Well, it would be probably something social, and then look at your approaches, and then you're going to have to talk to me about how you do it, and then role play it out and see if I go, okay, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Oh. Well, I definitely wouldn't command.
Also, what is your
Yeah.
vigilance, Akimasa?
I think it would be.
My vigilance?
Yes.
Where
I guess
would
there
that
is
be
insight
at?
in this game. It would be-
On your character sheet, I will open up Shion's just to look at. There's focus and vigilance. They're right beneath endurance and composure.
Yeah, okay. My vigilance is 3.
That will be the target number that you have to beat.
Ooh. Now, I'm looking at my options here. I couldn't reason because reasoning would only happen if I actually knew that he knows something and I'm trying to coax it out of him. And right now, I'm just curious if he knows something. There actually is an insight skill, but I'm kind of confused with how it's laid out. It says social, and then on the right-hand side, I've got trick, reason, insight, charm, and inlight.
Those are your approaches. The others are your skills.
Also, that's not the right insight.
Okay, it's not okay.
Insight
What is
would
that
be,
insight?
So insight is INSIGHT for when you're trying to read something.
That's insight.
Insight.
Oh,
like
like
make it happen.
incite
Make
Like
something.
something
inciting a
happen.
riot.
Yeah, like
Gotcha.
inciting the doctor to get really mad.
My favorite.
I think. You know what? Honestly, with these, I don't think there's anything here that I would do. I could. I know. You know what? I think I would leave this.
Trick. I mean, you could try to trick him into saying something. Maybe
That does
you think
sound
he knows
very
something, so you'll be
Kochiki.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Tricking your own
Okay.
brother.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I see that. I do see that. So I think I would trick, and maybe just try and maybe just try and get my brother to slip up a little bit because it seems like he knows something that I don't know. I would
Can't
never
have
think
that.
that I would never think that my brother is a traitor, of course, but
What skill are you
I'm-
using?
so I would have to use the only one that I think would be here would be. So I'm gonna trick and then staying within the social skill. I guess What is courtesy?
Courtesy
really?
is basically
I thought you were
kowtowing
about
to
say
people.
curse. Trick and curse.
Yeah,
Courtesy
I think
is
I would
like
go
being
with.
polite guy, being sweet.
Yeah,
being
I think I
nice.
would. I think it would be courtesy because I'm not. I'm definitely not commanding him to tell me what he knows. We're not playing any games, and I'm not performing. Yeah, I think it would be courtesy. Like I'm just trying. I'm going with. I'm tricking him, but I'm gonna just really emphasize how big of it, like how much it is our responsibility, from as members
You
of the
could
Sun
also
Clan.
use your social stats against one another, and that would potentially allow you to command him.
Let me see here. Well, so
What's
I have
your
something.
standing? What's your
I
standing?
have. Let's see here. I have. No, shallow waters isn't going to work on my brother. That would work on Hiroki, though.
What does shallow waters do?
Oh, it allows me to use opportunities to learn of either. I could use one opportunity to learn of a material item or worldly experience that you desire, or I could use 2 opportunities to learn what your ninja is.
And
Ooh.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah. By the way, GM, I
Yes.
took that strife, but then I think I immediately relieved
Ooh.
it by donating to the shrine.
You
Would that be
donated
correct?
first, so it would not count.
No, I
Now,
didn't. I went to the
speaking of-
shrine after I
Oh.
took the. Yeah.
No, you took
Oh
the
no, I
strife.
did. I did. Yeah, you're right. Because I didn't make a skill check against him. That was to steal. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Never mind. So I do have a strife. Okay.
Okay.
So trick, courtesy,
Target number 3.
target number 3. Let's go for it. Okay, so, okay. So I click on courtesy.
Meditated. So how much strife do I leave when I
3.
do like my? Oh,
Okay, and then since I'm doing trick, that means I'm using the air. I mean, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Air is your ring. Courtesy is your skill. Target number 3.
Difficulty 3, and roll. Here we go. Okay, so I have
Not
got.
quite good enough.
So I've just got 2 successes and 2 opportunities, and a blank. A blank. Okay. Yeah, not quite enough. I don't think that there's anything that I could do here. My opportunities.
Do you have any void points?
I don't think so. Well, actually, wait. Let me take
Void
a
points
gander.
will let you re-roll.
I have 1 void point. I will re-roll. I'm gonna use it. Goodbye,
All right.
void point.
Blank.
You're not getting that back until you finish this session.
Yeah, I'm using it right away, right off the bat. Let's do this.
Wait,
okay,
do we all
so
start with a void point?
You all start with void points equal to your void points, I think.
Okay, to our void ring, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that
Okay.
was just the maximum you could have.
Or maybe it is.
Okay.
Maybe you start with 1.
let's see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just
Air.
start with 1.
Difficulty
Okay.
3, and here
Or
we
else that
go.
would make void really important.
Okay,
Mm.
sick nasty. Here we go. That's what we needed.
That's good. That's nice.
Keep,
That's,
keep, and obviously keep, and then I get to do a. Okay.
Do you want to? I will say there's probably no point
There's no
to
reason
keeping
to
a
keep that
bonus
4th one.
success.
Yeah. All
So
right.
yeah,
So
take
here we
those
go.
strife.
I take
and-
2 strife.
Yeah.
but
How do you convince him to? How do you trick him into letting on if he knows something?
Ooh. Okay. Okay. So it's our responsibility as a Sun Clan to make sure that that's okay. And then what did you say, Akimasa? Sorry, I took forever to roll because I'm
You're
new.
good. I essentially just I just asked what the course of action should be if there were or would be if there were survivors.
You know, I just wonder, brother, because we've learned about this news a few days ago, and it never seemed to bother you until very, very recently. I do. Oh, sorry. I don't want to metagame. Okay, let me think here. How would I trick you into telling me?
I mean, you don't have to super
Would
role
you
play
have?
it.
How
Just
would I
do the-
word this?
I mean, it's just like D&D. If you can't actually word
Yeah.
it, who cares?
You did
I just-
succeed.
You rolled
so-
enough to
But
You
that
could do it the,
sucks. That
do it-
sucks. I should
no,
have
no.
something.
That's
Well-
that's my. You know what you could do, because this would make total sense if you're like, this didn't
Okay.
bother you. Maybe did you meet someone on our travels? I totally understand. Maybe it was someone at that inn, or like just badger and badger and badger until he like.
Maybe it was someone in
Yeah.
Did you see someone in the?
Crowlands.
Did you see someone in the woods while we were traveling?
Or
I
you
was
just
inside of my.
do the legally
Should've-
blonde method.
Yeah. Been
Yeah,
inside.
Did you meet someone? No. Oh, okay. What's the name of that person from the Grass Clan? And they just said,
Shoot.
Friends' plights trouble me. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
So, trouble. That is all.
Okay, Akimasa.
That's the hint I'll let you trick out of me. I'll just say friends' plights worry me.
Okay, Akimasa. And
love
I will
this.
just politely bow. I believe I smell food outside, and I'm quite hungry. Shall we?
We shall. And just know, all will come to light when necessary. You might jump
Don't
the
even
gun.
worry
As a
about
smith-
it.
as a smith, I am more patient for things to develop. You'll know when you need to.
So yeah,
course.
now we'll cut back to all of you eating. And yeah, Yomosuchi actually looks to probably you, Hiroki, and is like, "Oh, did you not sleep well?"
Oh no, it's nothing of the accommodations. I actually made a friend last night. I went out for late night prayer, and I found some sort of youth who, well, he seemed almost as lost as as a friend of mine, and I lost track of time.
Ah, that you did, Hiroki. Lost so much track of time that you didn't give me a chance to look at that blade like you had said. Maybe next time.
Kind of, Hiroki will say, and he'll kind of look at you, and like he'll very much hide his facial expression and just be like, "Yes, of course, yes. Apologies. I was not thinking straight."
And you can see wheels are starting to try and turn in Suchi's head before Saito gently taps her shoulders like, "My lady, you were going to Oh, yes, before I forget. It is the summer solstice. A happy day for all of us." And then she gently walks over in her very flowing, beautiful silk kimono and motions to all of these paper lantern parts and is like, "As part of the Kite Commission, I have been given all of these. All of you should take these and make your lanterns for tonight. For tonight is the night of lantern rites. We have the materials to build the flying lanterns and the river lanterns. Free of charge."
Fantastic.
oh, Masahiro's all over that.
Thank you
If I
very
can-
much.
To
I
wake
give
up.
her a deep bow.
And she gives you a very small, polite one back, dipping the very wide-brimmed hat she's wearing. "I'm afraid that I won't be here for the rest of the day. I must see that the ceremonies are being celebrated in properly. If you need anything, Saito will remain here and look after the inn."
Hiroki will bow and say, "Thank you again for your Thank you again for your generosity. We very much appreciate this place to stay. The road has wearied us quite a bit.
Anything for friends of a cousin of the Yoma. Smiling towards Nagashita.
And Hiroki doesn't fucking know Nagashita, so he's gonna like raise his glass to Nagashita as like, oh shit, apparently you're king shit. Thanks.
Nagashita will nod back and smile at the guy who he hasn't really met yet, lifting his glass. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Hiroki will put on a goofy smile and go,
Yes, Amy?
well,
I'll wait until he's done. I'll wait until she's done.
yeah, Hiroki will, just a very quick quip, Hiroki will probably go, well, it's not often that I am considered a friend with someone I've never met. And he'll probably say, Hiroki, and kind of, bow at Nagashita.
he'd bow back, Yoma Nagashita.
Kind of nods. And he'll dig into his food very quickly. Hiroki shit.
Nom 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 nom.
Yeah, munch, 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 crunch, crunch, crunch.
Quick, Amy, what did you want?
I want to wake up now.
Yes, you wake up.
I'm free. I want to wake up.
You
now.
wake up and start walking in just as Yomasuchi is telling all of them about the materials to make your lanterns.
Okay.
And she's like, the prayer strips are over here. The paper for the lanterns is here. And here are the frames. And there are the little boats for the river lanterns.
Man, Zumi's gonna be like, we get to do arts and crafts this morning.
It is
I'm so excited.
Today is the night of lantern rites. Every year,
Is that-
those of us in the capital take 2 lanterns. One we put off into the air, and we write our hopes for the next year upon them. One we set into the river Hiei, and we write the names of those who we've lost this year, and set them adrift.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. And
If you will be with us for the rest of the night, I hope that you will take part in the ceremony.
I would love to. That would be lovely. Yes.
She smiles, that very like, oh yay, everyone's doing what they're supposed to.
Right.
Kind of claps her hands together. It's like, excellent. I will probably not see any of you for the rest of the day, but... And as she turns to try and leave, there's a knock at the door. And a voice says, Imperial business?
Yeah, Hiroki immediately stops eating and just, stares at the door.
As everyone's kind of distracted by this, is there a possibility for me to kind of, whisper something to Akimasa, just a little under my breath type of thing?
I'll allow it.
When Nagishita says their name, I will look over to Akimasa and say, "Be wary of that one, brother. They may seem unassuming, but there are rumors of that family." And I just kind of I don't make it too obvious.
Oh god,
Suchi's from the
I really
Yoma
want to be able to
too.
hear that.
Huh?
Suchi's...
Well, I just know that I as a diplomat, I know everything about all of the clans, and so I know that this family is mostly teachers, administrators, low-level bureaucrats, but I also know of the rumors that follow this family's name.
You know what? I'm gonna actually make you do a
Do a roll?
skullduggery.
I'll do that.
But this is specifically if Nagashita will hear you. And I'm gonna say it's... What's your vigilance, Nagashita?
Vigilance 3.
Target number 3.
I want to create some drama, baby. Okay, here we go. So skullduggery, air.
Skullduggery and air, you said?
This is for Kochiki to roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the target number is against your vigilance to see if you pick it up.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh, what's your vigilance?
3.
3.
3.
3? Okay, oh man, I already used my void point. This is a much scarier roll. Alright, let's go. Let's go! I'm
Do
not a
it.
bitch!
Yes, you
damn it.
are.
Damn! I fail! I still take this strife though, right? Ooh, and I remind, I need
If
to
you-
remember to take that 2 strife from
You
earlier.
don't have to take those. You failed the roll.
Gotcha.
You could just
Since I failed,
not take
I can
any
just
dice.
allow failing. And let me see if I have any way to make this more secret for myself.
Nope.
Nope, I do not. Yep, you just hear that. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna choose to fully fail, take no successes, because I don't want any more strife.
Yeah, he's not going
And
to react.
I think I'm being quiet, but like the ringing in my ears is still pretty loud, and so I just talk a little louder than I meant to when I'm whispering.
It's okay. You could have been whispering.
Oh yeah.
My character has an advantage.
Keen hearing. I should have made it more difficult. Fuck.
Yeah, he still would have not have made it.
You goofed. I take no strife now. I'm just kidding. All my strife is wiped.
No, you wouldn't have succeeded either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You hear him say that? Do
Yeah,
you
when he says it
respond?
to me, I'll just have a small nod, and I want to know what this imperial business is all about.
Oh yeah, like Saito gets up and he's in a very nice outfit for the day and goes to open the door, opens it, and there's a few Imperial guardsmen. It's 40k now.
I was about to say Imperial Guardsmen, you say.
Ooh.
Any
For the Emperor!
please?
For
We
the
got- Put it
Emperor!
into Warhammer. Let's go.
But and Seiki Saigumi,
I
so
wanna be
the
an orc.
samurai secret police. And they just kind of like the Seiki Saigumi just kind of pushes Saito out of the way very roughly.
I think I know what this is about.
And is like, we are looking for Saru Masahira. Are they here?
I will stand up and approach.
He bows to you and then pulls out a small scroll and says, by order of the Immortal Shogun, long may he reign, you are requested to meet with our Immortal Shogun at the palace, post haste. The Shogun is waiting for you.
I will
Ah,
attend
message for the hero.
post-haste.
You are allowed
eyes
to
get
bring
wide.
whatever guests from your... I assume this is your retinue.
Nagashita will nod.
Yeah, Nagashita's like, yes, this is.
Izumi,
Kochiki's probably like,
knowing,
please, 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 please.
Izumi, knowing the truth.
Perhaps
is
it's time we
literally-
make an introduction.
No,
you know.
I shall bring my companions.
Good. Long live the Immortal Shogun. Long live the Emperor.
I repeat it back.
Also repeat it back very loud and proudly.
Yeah,
I repeat it.
I repeat it back
I will
just
say
as
it
plainly as I can.
meekly. Yeah, I will say it very meekly, very gently.
Again, this guy who is in, like, looks like a secret policeman.
Yeah.
Wow, I love how he looks like something that's supposed to be hidden. What an asshole.
He's feudal Japanese MIB.
Yeah.
If sunglasses existed, he'd have the sunglasses. But
Mhm.
you do see on his hip, where his hand is always right there, is their funky little weapon that I need to know the name of, which is a sword breaker, specifically for dealing with other samurai. Yeah, he turns on his heels and just leaves as quickly as he came.
Let's
Yeah, Ryomasuchi kind of looks to Yumas here's like, well, that was unexpected.
Well,
Hiroki.
no.
Yes.
Yeah,
my
unexpected, and
fucking-
now we're a part of your retinue.
I did
Interesting.
not say that.
my
You didn't
Aaron
not
did-
say it.
And I said
Exactly.
I told them I would bring my companions.
You're a little quiet, Amy.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying really hard. I'm
It's
in
okay.
a terrible spot. So, well, Masahira did, you know, defeat that Oni all by himself.
And Oni! And right around this time, Boba comes walking in all smiles and happy, and he is dressed up in little tiny samurai outfit.
Ah, it is my good friend and interlocutor. Hello, how are you, Boba?
I like
And
Mira's character, no questions asked.
And forgetting that I already offered this because I was super drunk yesterday, I turned to Masahira. An Oni by yourself, you say? Well, then I must introduce you to my brother Akimasa, the the greatest sword maker
Brother,
that I personally know.
brother, we've done
What?
this already.
What?
And his sword is
Uh,
exquisite. One of great craftsmanship that I only wish I could replicate.
oh, forgive me. I've misspoke, and just like my cheeks are just blood red.
Yeah, you just made me embarrass
He's got
myself
sword
twice
envy.
because his swords are better than I can create, and I have to admit that shit, and it hurts. And you did that, you bitch.
He's got sword envy.
Aww.
Well, I'm going
There are
to...
2 blades here that are better than anything I could make, and it makes me want to cry.
Aw.
Alright?
Yeah.
I will
You're a
leave
noob.
the rest of you to your exciting day. Take care. And Yomosuchi just bamps her way out.
Naturally.
I want to be able to bamf my way out of situations too.
Spend more
Slay.
XP.
So yeah, what is everyone going to do? You have a ASAP come to the palace and talk to Big Daddy note, and it says bring whoever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably...
He's probably gonna
After-
pass on that.
Yeah, after food, I'm probably gonna go and see my new friend. It's what I'm gonna do.
Masahiro walks over to the table with all the supplies. So about those lanterns.
Yeah, he'll say, I will honor this tradition at a later time. Thank you so much for the food. I will be back to assemble things before nightfall. Actually, and I look over at what's the
Shion?
gaijin?
Or the Gaijin.
Saito.
Saito. I look over at Saito and I'm like, would it be acceptable if I were to bring my new friend? He could probably use some positive company.
I don't see why not. We are an inn, and we are a tea garden, first and foremost.
Yeah, and for sure he'll go, excellent, thank you. I'll
Well, before you leave, I'm speaking
Mhm.
up.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you get out of it that easy.
uh-huh.
Oh,
I'm gonna speak up, and I'm gonna be like, oh, you don't want to go see our immortal Shogun?
I am not
No, I
worthy
don't, you
as
dense
the
motherfucker.
simple
Ah.
man that I am.
The note said that anyone that our friend wants to bring is worthy. Are you
Well,
saying
surely
that the Shogun's words are incorrect?
If he doesn't want to go, it's perfectly alright. I don't expect anyone to attend such a droll and tedious task.
Fuck it, I don't
And
want to go
he's
meet
like-
Biden.
He's like staring
but-
off into the.
Droll and tedious is just an aspect that all samurai, including more common ones, should be willing to do. And this is for our Shogun.
And I say, remember, my friend, I am a thief of a blade. I am not a samurai, I'm a common.
That's right, the thief of a blade.
And like he's saying this
Oh.
openly in front of everyone at the fucking table. Like all
Yes.
pretenses of being sly are gone. He's having a hard time. He's not a good liar. He's a good trickster.
Shion is just like,
I would have
Looks
it known that I
so
did not know
tired.
this. Did not know
Well-
this very well. I was not aware of this new
I
fact just laid out
thief.
before us.
Of the
No.
blade, and someone, I guess, below our station. You have been our attendant for a few days, and I do request that you attend with us to the Shogun.
Oh, you motherfucker.
You gonna pull rank?
I'm gonna pull rank.
Hiroki is. Fuck. How is Hiroki gonna handle this?
I would not be so unkind to force anyone to attend if they do not wish.
Yeah, and
that
I'm
is
going
your
to say.
prerogative, but this is
I
my
think this is the
attendant.
perfect time to make it even more of a clusterfuck. Right as Sukuru and Fukuro come in from their spar and is like, attend? What are we attending to? Hopefully
we would
food.
be going to the palace to meet the Shogun. However, I don't feel I am worthy of that. What is your opinion, Subaru, O wizened by age 1?
He turns fucking Blanche white and is like, I doubt that someone so important would want to meet someone so old and rotund.
Nor someone as such a fool as myself.
Yes,
We're
I
not
actually.
hiding that
Feel
we're
sick.
not hiding that we're uncomfortable about this shit. This is not subtle. Like,
I'm
Yes.
gonna turn to my brother and be like, yes, but brother, we're going to see the Shogun. We need attendance, do we not? Regardless of how common or rotund they may be.
Man, you're an asshole, and I love it.
God,
Such
fuck
an
you,
asshole.
Akimasa.
I'll look over and I'll look at my brother. Because a part of me agrees with what you're saying. It would look nice for me to have some attendance as I meet the Emperor. But at the same time, our attendant just admitted to be a thief, and would I want to bring... And I'm going to look, and I will say that brother, I normally I would agree with you, but this one has just admitted to committing thievery of a blade, something as sacred as a blade to a samurai. He felt the need to steal, which
Well,
I don't know
the
if I really
samurai
believe
was
I want to
dead.
bring him to it. Oh, so you loot dead bodies. Brother,
Shion,
are we really
Yes,
going
I've
to bring
touched
this
the
person
dead.
to the Emperor?
Shion
Are we sure that this is a good idea?
Raises his good hand at that is like, or we could look at it this way. You are wishing to speak with someone as important as the Shogun. Is it really that couth to bring people of such low station as a peasant warrior, a monk, a thief, and a ronin?
That is fair, but does the Shogun know that it's a peasant, a thief, and a ronin?
It's quite alright.
Please be careful. You
With
should
the
never
blade that
speak.
he holds, he looks to be of at least a great samurai. You would assume that the Shogun would believe as much.
I wouldn't deign to lie to the Shogun. And he says that in like a real ass tone. Like, this is not him playing anymore. He's like, I'm not lying to the Shogun. I can't lie to the Shogun. I will crack. I cannot. Like,
I honestly feel if the conversation is going to continue this direction, I may have to take my leave. I would not like to be known to be having conversations of how we think we may trick the Shogun.
Well, then let's not trick the Shogun. He's admitted to be a blade thief. Why should we let him leave with the blade that he is theft? If he sits here and says that he is but a commoner, why should a commoner have a blade as great as that? If he will not be our attendant and our bodyguard, showing great strength with great weaponry, then why should we allow the thief to keep it?
Yes.
I take a step back. I have no combat expertise. I am in no position to take this sword from anyone, so I just...
yeah, Hiroki will put on a very funny smile. And he will look you dead in the eye, Akimasa, and say, if you wish to say something to me, then you may say it to me in the only field that I understand best. Though I may be a blade thief, I do know how to use this. I have had to survive.
Well, they're all...
Then show up as our bodyguard.
While they're all having this conversation, can I innovate a way to use this as a distraction to just kind of like sneak out?
I'm following you. I'm gonna follow you.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Going together.
I do love that Masahiro got the invitation, but he has nothing to do with this conversation.
They're all having a conversation. I'm over in the back with, with probably,
I'm going to say that you can...
Hoshimitsu. And, yeah.
that you can try to do that, and as you are doing it, though, Suguru steps forward, but like quickly with a move that you think someone that old should not be able to do, and puts himself between you, Hiroki, and Akimasa, and says, "That is enough! We will not speak of violence somewhere where we have been permitted to stay free of charge on the generosity of others. That is unbecoming of anyone."
I would
Hiroki
agree.
will-
I would
he'll-
prefer to continue my meal in peace. And Masahiro,
Perhaps,
I would
perhaps if the
love to
thief
meet-
has confessed to his crime already, we could either turn him over to authorities or wrest the weapon from him and replace it with another, just so that it can go back to its proper family.
I personally would prefer to just have Hiroki accompany us. I think someone with his skill, regardless of station, someone with his skill should accompany someone as great as my
Fukuro
brother.
probably...
This-
Yeah,
my fault.
I do not begrudge you that, but his skill has little to nothing to do with the weapon he carries.
That is
At
fair.
that,
The
Fukuro
weapon should go
does-
back to its proper family, and he can receive some other trinket or weapon that he wishes.
Fukuro steps up and is like, "Here's what we'll do. It will stop all of you fighting, and it will stop this needless conversation." And she holds out her naginata towards you, Hiroki, and is like, "You will take this. I will take the sword. We will trade them back when you return."
I think Hiroki's going to get up and he's going to attempt to leave. Because if someone tries to stop him, he is going to say no.
I'm gonna look to Azumi and be like, "Azumi, we should go prepare ourselves, get our sanctimonious robes ready, if we are to go meet the Emperor." And I'm just gonna like grab your wrist and kind of like pull you towards our room.
Yeah, Hiroki is simply going to say, I have other things to do at this moment. We'll continue this conversation perhaps never.
She dragged me to my room. Our room. I'm gonna be like, "I'm a monk. I didn't bring sanctimonious."
Because I'm going to tell you, player to player, Hiroki is not going to the castle.
That is fair. I'm gonna look at Nagashita because he seemed to also be one to talk. He seems to be a little more combat ready than
No,
most.
he wasn't going to take it. He said someone should, or trade it to him for something that's like more his station if he's a
Had
commander.
I known who
That is-
this
that is
person was, maybe
fair.
I'd be on your side, brother. But right now, all I know is that he's a thief, and I don't want to take him with me to meet the Emperor.
I know.
I don't want him to be a part of my group. Ugh, sully the ground I walk on.
And yeah, Hiroki will probably say as he exits, if you wish to call authorities, you'll find me at the shrine. Otherwise, don't bother me.
Shion's going to follow after you after a moment, but the other NPCs just kind of look like... Well, Fukuro looks like she always does because she's wearing a mask. And it's just
I'm
like...
sure
She's the
everyone
one
else is
who
like,
offered
what
to
the
hand the
fuck
blade,
just
right?
happened?
She was the one who offered to trade blades, correct?
Yeah. And she's just like, "Fuck me, I guess." And puts
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
naginata
look at
back.
her. I'll bow and I'll say thank you for the suggestion.
I don't like watching a bunch of people
Nagashita will
squabble.
also go up to put on his robes. Just
Now,
this whole thing. It's like people I just met.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
It-
turn to my brother. I'm gonna go, brother, we have much to discuss.
we do have much to discuss, but before we do, I would love to fill our compatriots here on kind of what just happened because it was juicy, and I'm attempting to spread some gossip right now.
Sure.
I would join you, but I'm changing clothes.
I'm not there. I got dragged out.
The only person
so-
who's gonna sit there and listen to you is Fukuro, and you're pretty sure she's not actually listening.
So first of all, we get to breakfast, am I right? And I just go over the whole deal.
And she just
yeah,
looks at you after a while and goes, "You know, I was literally right here for all of that, right?"
Brother, I believe we need to get ready for our meeting with the Emperor. And I'm going,
Yes, let's.
Oh my god.
That Saki's gone to his head.
Yeah, as
I
you
was
leave,
attempting to
she's-
spread gossip to get rid of strife. Would
Yeah,
that
I will
count, or
let
is it
you.
not?
I will let
All right,
you.
awesome.
But yeah, as you leave, she's just like brain dead drunk.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair.
we're going to cut from there. Wow.
That was a shit show.
That
That
was a
was a shit
strong
show.
beginning.
And we were actually going to cut to the palace. What do you do in the mornings, Oniyuri?
Basically morning prayers. Then whatever exercise routine she does after that. Eats and gets ready for being at the Shogun's side for his daily meetings.
Yes, and in fact, in this case, we wake up, and not only is there the materials to make your lanterns in your room, there is a new set of clothing befitting your station. Fine robes and kimono that clearly mark you out as a hand of the shogun.
Now, does this look like something that could fit over my armor, or something more separate?
It could easily be tailored to fit over your armor, but as it is right now, it won't. But after you're finished, and whatever you choose to wear, you actually go to the throne room of sorts, and the Shogun is there, Sashahira is there and nods her head to you, and the Emperor is there, dressed in his immaculate white kimono with a funny, tall black hat. He's a kid. He's 12, sitting on the throne. Well, and the Shogun standing next to him in his armor. And you walk and he's like, "Ah! The newest magistrate, I presume," holding a fancy, signaling fan.
Yeah, I'll be in my full armor. This seems to be a little more formal for that type of need. And I bow in acknowledgement.
And he's like, fuck, what would the fucking 12-year-old emperor be like?
Is he a shit? Because his voice makes him sound like a shit.
I feel like he'd be just young enough and wise enough not to say something super stupid, but he might be like, "She's very pretty, isn't she?" or something like that.
And then he's like, the Tiger Clan. Interesting choice. We do not often see outsiders in the court.
That just rolls off like water on a rain slicker.
Yeah, the Shogun goes, "Young master, the Tiger Clan are as much a part of the Empire as any other clan, even if they do not look like us." And he says it with just enough of a reprimanding fatherly tone that the Emperor does hang his head for a moment. And then everyone in the room kind of goes, "Ooh." But
Only the Shogun.
and then the door opens and that strange Onmyoji from the battlefield walks in with his strange gait, sees you, stops mid-step, cocks his head completely over to one side, then claps his hands together and says, "We meet again. Interesting. that fate's strings would pull us together like this, as he half dances over to the left side of the Emperor.
My eyes just follow him from behind the mask.
Yeah, and it's an eerie way that he moves. But then he leans over towards the Shogun and is like, "My lord, that hero of the day should be here at any moment. I believe that you wanted me here for this? Yes." And the Shogun nods and says, "One knowledgeable in forms of magic would be useful to have here."
I just sort of look around, figure out, okay, I stand there.
Oh yeah, you stand pretty much next to Sashihira, so the champion of the Emperor and the Shogun. And she gives you like a very small nod and smile of, see that you're all finally in your station.
I give a slight nod and acknowledgement.
Yeah. So who all is going to this meeting?
Oh well, I when I snuck upstairs, we got dressed and then I slid open the window and looked towards Izumi. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no,
let's
we're
go.
leaving. Yeah, we're leaving. We're fucking leaving.
So the two of you are going to arrive at different times
Wait, why different times?
because they still think they're going,
Oh yeah.
and I'm not going to tell them no.
No, it's great.
And you're leaving your traveling companion behind.
I think he'd be smart enough to be like, something's a little weird. Why he's wearing his sanctified robes already, and he went upstairs to dress into his sanctified robes.
Ah, okay.
I'm going to say that it's
Now, I have a
because of-
conflict here because as much as Yawari Kochiki wants to meet the Emperor, he was not invited. Masahiro was invited. And if
I mean-
Masahira's just dipping, this may just be a scene of him like walking out in his best robes, going over to Masahiro's room. I am prepared. Hello. Hello.
I will ask to be polite. Would you really like to go, or is that actually something that'd be fun for you to do? It's just like to be waiting outside my room.
Honestly, I think it's hilarious that he gets fucking
Ghosted.
he gets
Good
ghosted meeting the Emperor. Just realistically, I don't think that if he were to just show up without you, they'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?" And that
Yeah.
would look worse on him than not going.
Akimasa.
Yeah, no.
Because I feel like Nagashita, with his special set of skills, could easily find his
Oh,
way
yeah.
to Masahira.
Yeah.
Well, I have expected to open the window, start climbing out, look over, and your window's open. You're already like staring at us, like, "Hi."
Probably, yeah. That makes sense.
You're very obvious with what you were doing.
Yeah.
And I also have a feeling that Nagashita wouldn't want to help me out finding Masahiro.
Nope. Especially not after what I heard you say.
It just makes it even funnier that I'm just sitting outside. Are we going?
Akimasa, do you want to go and see the Shogun and the Emperor? Who's going on the field trip is what I'm saying.
Essentially, if you really want to go, you can probably just catch us sneaking out.
Yeah, I'm fine with being caught.
It'd be like we're climbing out onto the roof, and your character had stepped outside and just looks up and be like,
What the fuck
Excuse
are
me?
you doing?
Honestly, as much of a doofus as I am, Yoari is a skilled diplomat, and he understands that he doesn't actually know you. And if the Emperor starts being like, "Are these your friends?" and it's like, "No, these are just guys we met at breakfast."
"Yeah."
That'll
So
be
actually,
an issue.
he probably would just stay back, honestly. But
Yeah.
I also just love the idea of me getting in
Yes.
all of my best gear and just knocking
Yes.
on his door, waiting, and no one ever showing up.
I want that so bad.
Oh yeah, and I'm definitely not looking to go. I just used it as an excuse to
To out
Start
Hiroshi.
to make a point. I want his blade. I'm a little conniving, all right? When it comes to swords,
Oh, you
Of course you
brother.
are. Look at your
sword?
brother.
It's in our blood.
Before you get it.
It's in our blood.
Conniving.
I
We
don't
were made-
necessarily want the sword. I just want the sword to be under me somehow, whether it's
Whoa,
controlled by
whoa.
you or not. I just need it to be in my control to an extent.
Phrasing.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. You want
I
the sword
phrased it
under
how I
you? You
wanted
want it
to,
in
just for
your
you,
control?
Hmm.
You want it in your sheath, is what you're saying.
Ooh,
Oh, you want
woo.
to
It
sheathe
just
my
keeps getting
sword.
worse.
And-
It's just getting
and
worse.
out and then again. But yeah,
Fantastic.
All right, so we'll
Who's
be
going?
sneaking out onto the rooftops.
Right. And if we get caught, are we getting caught or are we not getting
You're
caught?
getting caught by
What's the plan?
Nagashita.
Okay.
Well,
great.
yeah, but that wasn't expected. Like, he's been with
Yeah,
us a
yeah.
while. He already knew what my robes look like, and he knows you don't have robes. So when we snuck out, or when we snuck upstairs, I feel like he made a connection. Like, that doesn't make sense. And Masahiro's
No.
terrible at lying. So,
I'm not great at it either.
and you were like, I don't have robes. I'm a monk.
There I come. So, yeah, I guess you make it out onto the roof. Do we see you, Nagashita?
Yeah, you see me.
Okay. As soon as I see you, I'm just gonna be like, okay, we'll go.
I actually will be like, oh, good, you're here too.
Yeah, no, that's even better.
Yes, I'm
Even
here.
better. Oh, okay, so we're just gonna take off then, right? We're gonna just go.
We're gonna run along the
Well,
rooftops.
we don't really know that other group.
No,
Yeah, as
not
you
yet.
say that, you begin to hear me knocking on the door.
Hello? I'm ready.
Are we ready?
Oh God.
Climb up on the
Masahiro, I
roof.
would love to have a conversation with you on the way. Maybe we can exchange information. Hello? Just a
Phone
light.
number.
Girl, can I get your number?
What's your Snapchat, hon?
You on Telegram?
What's your pigeon's call?
So,
We go
Okay,
along the
but
rooftops.
okay, well, as we're like going along the rooftops, I'm gonna be like, I don't know about the sword maker or that real shady diplomat guy, but I think that the third person that was with them, they might be nice. I'd love to sit down and talk with them sometime. Maybe they're nice. They seem nice. Very hungry.
Are you talking about the thief? Confessed thief.
Oh, listen. Okay, so here's the
She's
thing
done worse.
about the Order of the Butterfly. We don't care about past sins. We're just happy you're here and want you to live a good life.
He's still carrying around his sins. It's called a sword.
Right? No, it's a very nice sword. He's probably really nice. Yeah, he's great. He's probably great. He's just fucking walking along the rooftop.
Yeah, and people on the
No.
streets are like, "What are you doing?"
Well, we probably, once we got a couple
Once we got a couple houses over, we'd probably hit the ground.
it would
No,
be weird.
you're
to continue.
Naruto running across rooftops.
Hey, my
Forever.
character can, because I have that perfect balance.
I think I can. I can too. If I set my mind to it, I'm not clumsy, but I am naturally clumsy.
Yeah.
If you keep
I
doing it,
just
I will
got
make you
fitness number
do
1.
something. I will make you do a check to not fall down.
Shit, I'm not near my
The
feet.
hero running across the rooftops, looking for danger.
Yeah, you.
Izumi, are you sure you're a really good judge of character? I mean, the last person you trusted gave you a curse.
Well, to be fair, I paid for that person, and you can't buy friendship, which I learned the hard way. And,
You should meet a rabbit. They're exactly the same.
stop it, stop it. That's
That must be why
right.
he almost got killed.
Honestly, I'd really like to know why, so maybe it would be a good idea to go over there and, like, talk to the Shogun and be like, hi, why did your family, or one of your imperial families, try to kill? Also, I'm still concerned about this, and I'm gonna like point at my back as we're still walking or running across. Like this
Well,
is a
we're
problem.
on the ground. We're on the ground now, but
Did we make it to the ground? Okay.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna be like, I have had an unpleasant experience at the Capitol.
Perhaps we shouldn't question the Shogun so openly.
Or so directly.
I mean, isn't communication the most important thing to be able to rectify situations?
Not in Japan.
That's true. That's true. Unrelated, Gary Fieri is currently being printed.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
I
yeah.
see it! It's Gary Fieri!
Hold on, I need to look. Oh
It's
shit, are we actually getting Gary Fieri?
Gary Fieri is coming to your house.
Yo!
Yeah, Gary Fieri is going on the wall downstairs.
Yes,
What
it
is
is.
what is
We'll
Gary
see.
Fieri?
We got
Oh, it's
so
Gary
fucking
Fieri.
high. We said Gary Fieri and laughed for like 2 hours about
Yeah.
it.
This is crazy. I like how you're like, we got so fucking high. Like, it's like, no, you don't say that immediately. But also, we did get so fucking high.
I was
And
very
Walter
influenced. And they were
Cromwell.
talking about Gary Fieri, so I started just randomly photoshopping him until
Yeah.
it became a thing.
Okay,
It's great.
I
It's
can't
ideal.
really see what it is, but
Hold on.
it just reminds me of Guy Fieri the way you're talking about it.
That's
It
what it
is.
is.
Yeah,
It's Gary.
It's
With Guy Fieri.
From SpongeBob.
Oh, even
with
better.
Guy
With
Fieri
Guy
shit going
Fieri
on.
Photoshop.
He's got the flame t-shirt as a shell. He's got the fucking goatee.
He's got hair on his eyes.
He's got
Welcome
the
to Flavor
spike-
Meow.
Yes. Damn, that's good.
Bikini
But anyway.
flavor bottom. But yeah,
Fantastic.
we're going to cut to you guys getting to the palace. And the palace is a marvel of architecture. A massive building settled against an artificial cliff surrounded by high walls of polished, whitewashed stone. The many sloped tier roofs are each a rich, deep shade of midnight blue. The wooden walls the color of fresh-made balsa planks. Great stone statues of proud lion dogs and Neo guard the stone staircases that wind up towards the keep itself. Courtiers and guards in the color and garb of every clan, great and small, except the Gross clan, dot the perfectly manicured gardens and neatly kept pathways as sparkling stars in the night sky. As you climb towards the keep, the courtiers are slowly replaced more and more by guards, attentive and standing at ramrod posture. As you make your way through the castle, you are directed by these guards to where you need to go, until eventually you step through a long corridor and are made to wait for a moment at a thick shuji emblazoned with the shogun's symbol, a 5-pointed tomoe representing eternity and balance. When the door is pulled aside, a woman in black and violet armor with neatly cropped hair and a red tengu mask slides the door aside. The shogun's personal champion came to greet you. At the far end of the wide and tall room lit by the sun filtering through numerous windows sits the shogun and the emperor both. The shogun imposing and tall. His armor is freshly polished, ornate plates of metal and pressed lacquered wood in black and violet, bound together by thick cords of silvery thread. Atop his head is a kabuto helmet with an intricate crest of 5 rings, bound together, each in a different, brilliantly shining material of symbolic significance. His menpo is pulled back into a determined sneer, hiding all but the faintly glowing violet of his eyes. As you approach, you feel his piercing eyes watching you, appraising you with the weight of years.
I will give him a bow, greatly what's the word of his for his station? Deserving? Yeah, deserving of the station.
Same.
I will follow suit.
Yeah, don't be ripping more masks off.
Yeah,
No,
that
it
one would
hurts
get
my
you
leg.
killed.
Yeah, roll a new character.
Yeah, she goes back to her standing beside the Shogun and you, Onigiri. And yeah, the first one to speak after you all bow is actually the Emperor, who claps for you and is like, "So you are the brave warrior who saved my city from a nasty demon."
Oh God. How do I?
What you gonna say?
What are you gonna say to the Emperor?
You gonna lie to the Emperor?
He's gonna.
Low key, this is part of why I was glad I didn't have to come.
He's gonna like prostrate himself before the Emperor and be like, "Oh great Shogun, oh great Emperor, I beg deepest forgiveness for I have brought great dishonor upon myself."
Everyone in
Excuse
the
me,
room
what?
goes quiet except for the fucking creepy Omyoji who just goes,
I am looking at you with a look like you have never seen before. It is shock and also a very small tinge of fear because we are gonna die. And I'm just like,
While it is the story you have been told is only partly true. We did gesturing to both of all three of us. We did.
I pull back a little.
yeah.
Work together to make sure an Oni is no longer a part of the city. It was not in slaying the Oni the method that was used. An Oni of that power would be too strong. Luckily for us, the Oni was reasonable and willing to leave the city now that its cover has been broken. I deeply apologize. It's like prostrating himself.
The Shogun, or not the Shogun, the Emperor looks so disappointed. He deflates, and he's like, "But that was such a... I was expecting to speak to great heroes, not liars in my court!" And then the Shogun holds out a hand and is like, "Remember, young master, it is better to be reasonable when people have good reason." The three of you have brought shame to your families for lying on such a matter, but you are to be commended for protecting the people of the Imperial City from something such as this. We are aware that there are beings that are not human that live among us in the city. Among us! In the city. That you were able to prevent the small folk from having a conniption at such a thing is to be commended. Isn't that right, young master? And you see the Emperor kind of tighten his hand on the fan a little bit with that kind of childish little scowl and pout before he quickly recovers his features and is like, "Yes. Though I must say I am disappointed that I am not meeting with brave and true noble samurai, it is true that you protected the city and its people. And for that, I am grateful."
Yeah, like the plan was indeed mine, and had the Oni posed an actual threat of violence, then my life would have been freely given to slay that Oni, if possible.
Well, perhaps there will be an opportunity in the future where you can prove such devotion to me.
Of course.
I fucking hate the Emperor.
Yeah.
He's just a brat.
The
Yeah, I
Emperor
hate him.
is like, okay, to me, to my character, it's like if I was the great or like a cousin third time removed from
Joe
well, I guess from an
Biden.
emperor. Yeah, and like so like he's family, and so he has a little bit more control over my life in the sense that like while other people might be like, oh, we can't execute that one, he could totally just be like, execute
Kill
him.
the other two.
Right. I am going to humbly bow incredibly deeply, and I'm gonna go. How am I gonna say that?
I can't
Little
hear you
louder,
very
Amy.
well. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me get
You
closer.
okay?
Just hit him with that
I-
oopsie daisy.
I'm gonna hit him with a fucking fist.
You better
you?
not.
That's a bad
You're gonna
idea.
run up and Superman punch the
No,
Emperor?
please,
Let's
no
go!
fisting the Emperor, please.
You
No
better
fisting
not.
the Emperor. He's not old enough.
I won't.
Ripping
It's
masks
true.
off Onis,
Yeah.
punching
Yes.
Emperors.
It's a thing I do. I have no control. So I'm going to bow incredibly deeply, and I'm going to say, Your Majesty, you are so wise. As you sit here with your incredible shogun, would it be considerable, or would it be something to consider that not every hero requires fighting to the death? Would we also have our heroic moments in simply finding a common ground and saving others along the way?
This is why the Grass Clan died. You're not. This is bad. This is a dumb thing to say.
No,
Not
that's
that, and then I'm going to follow up with, not that I am disagreeing with anything that you are saying. If you feel like we are unworthy, then by all means, we are unworthy in your presence. Oh, great, powerful emperor.
You were out of the shit, and now you're putting yourself back in the shit,
You
Amy.
ditched
What are
me.
you doing?
For this? No, I'm just.
My
They
head
brought me along
slowly
for
I'm a
this.
towards
trained
my katana.
diplomat.
Yeah, everyone in the room who has a weapon is slowly reaching towards the weapon before there's just a
Honestly.
cackle in the room as that Onmyoji starts clapping and says, "What a wonderful performance they're offering to us.
Yes.
My emperor, my shogun. I believe if you want I could remove them from the room," as he like takes his fingers and is gnarling them. And the shogun just
Mighty Emperor, great Shogun. My friends are not well versed in etiquette and, as was just stated, are very good at performance. So they were able to convince the Oni to leave and not harm anyone. Unfortunately, they knew that they could not finish him and that in combating him, they would only cause widespread destruction and the destruction of their own lives and perhaps others of your kingdom.
No one's making any rolls for this.
you don't need it. This is just what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Roleplay is roleplay.
True.
And
true.
I apologize for the gossip that got out of hand that made them seem more than they actually were.
While this is going
Follow-up.
on,
I was not there. I wasn't there. I don't know what
Don't,
happened.
no,
Logan, with
don't,
my
don't say.
stomach.
You
I wasn't
just
there.
stay
Well-
quiet.
I
while
had
she,
nothing to do with
I didn't
this.
say any of that.
while she is doing this,
Never there.
Sashahira
I don't
leans
say
over
any of it.
towards you, Oniyuri, just very slowly and minutely, and just whispers, "This is bad comedy."
I probably will like
I've seen
compose myself.
Yasu do better.
Yeah, I'll compose myself a little bit, and I'll be like, "Forgive me. The very act of dishonesty caused me great grief, and even meditation had not brought calmness to my mind until I could confess myself.
The Emperor goes to say something before the Shogun takes a step forward and says, "Honesty is one of the pillars of Bushido, and one that you are taking to heart, samurai. You are to be commended, as we have said before." And as he says we, he specifically taps his own breastplate, using the royal we.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We would have you and your compatriots forgiven for your slight against etiquette, and for your lying to an imperial officer, and we would have you rewarded with whatever it is that you wish. One favor from this mighty court. And at that, the Onmyoji just kind of twists his hands back into this very particular way.
Fucking Omnyojis. Well, the favor I would ask is small, and for my family's sake. You see, what do I call my family lead again?
You- The Saru? Or Sarunami?
Daimyo.
Yeah,
Oh,
Daimyo.
Sorry.
My daimyo Sarunami
Yep.
Sent-
Sorry.
sent
Mom.
their niece here for the Imperial
War Academy.
War Academy, thank you. And she unfortunately did not pass the introduction qualifications and was sent home a year ago. And I have now learned that she has disappeared entirely. My Sarunami had not been told that she was rejected and thought she was living happily and successfully in the college, but had not received any letters from her. If you might have any information as to where she might have gone or what happened to her.
A troubling thing indeed. Enya, step forward.
Oh, I step forward.
I present to you Enya Onoyori, the newest of my magistrates. They are in your service until this case is concluded. Be careful. They act with my authority, and they are the extension of my will. The Emperor quickly pipes up and looks over and says, "Our will."
Yeah. I'll give Inya a bow that's almost as deep as one I gave the Shogun. Obviously not as deep, but, since it's an extension of their will. Like, you hold a lot more power.
Same.
I just give a slight bow of acknowledgement.
I greatly appreciate this that you have given us, and hopefully we can resolve this matter as quickly as possible. I worry for my... Oh, what would she be to me?
Niece.
Would she also be my niece? Okay. I worry for... is my niece as well. I worry for her safety.
Such filial piety is to be commended. Enya, see to this that this crime is solved, if there is a crime to be solved.
Wait, are you saying she could be killed and murdered? No.
I will do my utmost to figure out this issue and bring it to the resolve it just deserves.
I would suggest that your group look to the headquarters of the Seiki Saigumi. Perhaps the local constabulary has been able to find something, or a report was given to them.
And, I think, I'll be like, and forgive me for being forward and asking more than I should, but it has come to my knowledge that my companion here, gesturing to Izumi, has been cursed with an ancient and powerful curse that even a ritual cleansing could not remove from Amaterasu.
The Onmyoji slowly leans forward until he is at an angle that he should not be able to sit up.
Am I the only one getting Orochimaru vibes from this person?
No, straight up.
Orochimaru.
Naruto.
Oh.
Snake guy from Naruto.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway.
This isn't a big deal. We'll figure this out.
Oh, but it is a big deal. You must understand that such magics have been banned by our wise and mighty shogun under the Black Arts decree. If someone was to practice such magics, obviously it would be my purview to punish them. Allow me to examine this curse. I'm sure it is nothing I could not handle.
Now we're in
Right now?
Kakashi territory.
Right now, this moment? You want to do it now?
I
The
guess then I
head
wouldn't really.
slow. Because
In
again,
front
you,
of everybody?
you cannot see anything of this person's face. They're wearing a very tall hat with a veil draped over it, and then a prayer seal pasted over the face.
Ooh,
Is
they
it-
are now creepier.
As he slowly cocks his head over to one side, it's like, is there a problem with that?
Just in a spot where I have to kind of take off a few pieces of clothing, and I'd rather not in front of...
Oh, dearie,
Shogun and
we could
also
go to another room if it is something so untoward. We would not want to expose the growing mind of our immaculate, divine emperor to such things.
Now hold on.
Don't have any clothes. I'm just a very private person. This is hard for me.
Do you not
Okay.
want this to be cured? Do you not want the criminal responsible for cursing you to be handled?
Yeah, I probably would have phrased it a little bit differently. Less, well, kind of a favor, but also like, hey, I want to report black magic that has been used on my companion.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
So-
I don't want to use my favor for this, but I mean, if that would, I guess.
Oh
that
no,
would
you
kind of
you as a
help.
group only get one favor.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
favor was
shit,
to
we
seek
all-
out.
We're
sorrow.
already. This is
Yeah.
asking for extra.
This is
Yeah, that's
basically
why I
asking
said
for
forgive me
extra,
for being
and the
forward.
creepy person's like, yes, I will help you.
But yeah, since it's black magic, technically we have to report it, and yeah, he might be able to cure you or
Fuck
find
it.
out who cast it.
I'm gonna ask if I can approach. Just I'm fucking there. I don't give a shit. Just gonna ask if I can
Fucking there.
approach.
Yeah, and you ask that, and he twists his hand and is like, you may.
Hey, well, hey.
And his hand
it's
is just
very.
constantly trembling and shaking just slightly.
Right, I love it. Yeah, this guy seems like a winner.
You have more
so-
curses.
Her
Yeah.
face is very blank, but inside she's just like, I don't want that guy to touch me.
Good luck.
Freaky. It's freaking me out.
I'm going to approach. Will the Shogun and the Emperor be able to see it as well? I mean, I don't.
They are.
actually just-
He is standing to the left-hand side of the Emperor, and the Shogun is on the right-hand side of the Emperor. So you're basically approaching
Okay.
the throne.
Oh God! All right. I'm gonna approach the throne, and I'm going to turn around
Garza.
and lift up my shirt.
Munch, munch,
Oh,
munch.
sorry.
It's okay.
I'm gonna turn around and lift up my shirt. And I'm sorry. This is just where it is.
And as you're doing that, he actually holds out his hand as just this cloak seems to just appear from nowhere and block the gaze of the Emperor.
Who's
okay.
obviously looking.
Who's like, yeah, who was
I mean,
like fucking 12-year-old. Ooh, aw,
will
man.
the Shogun be able to see it though?
Nah, he doesn't seem to really have any interest in this. But yeah, he looks
Okay.
at it, and he keeps craning his head one way and another, and then he gently reaches out and pokes at it with one very long manicured fingernail. And it just it's everything about him is clammy and cold. And he goes, "Ooh, this is indeed a mighty curse."
I'm gonna look at the Shogun.
You just see
I'm gonna
those
say-
violet eyes peering at
Right.
you.
Right, and I'm going to say,
I need an adult.
Stranger
I do need
danger!
an adult. Yeah, kind of with almost a pleading look. I'm gonna go. I think I have an idea of who did this. Is there anybody else in here besides like the Shogun, the Emperor, the creepy guy?
The regular court is there.
Okay, so like the imperial families are there as well.
Members of that, members from the great clans, courtiers of all kinds who are there to schmooze and to talk politics and legislation.
Right. So I'm gonna say this as quietly as possible, and as I say it, I'll say, I think I know who may have done this, and I'm going to look up at the Shogun and be like, I don't think you're going to like who I think did it, and
Please,
I'd rather tell you.
You have already been admonished once for withholding the truth.
Right. Yes. I need a private audience with the Shogun and the Emperor.
Everyone kind of leans back at that, and even
what?
Even Creepy McGee leans back at that and is like, "How unexpected! I love it."
Yeah.
I will raise a hand up. Like, she asked us because it pertains sensitive information regarding the families that it would be preferable not to be spreading rumors that might be unfounded.
The Emperor raises his signal flag and is like, "All except those," pointing to you three, "my two compatriots and my champion and the magistrate are to leave immediately." And everyone is like, bows and prostrates themselves and very quickly leaves with this. Everyone was uncomfortable with what was going on. Everyone hates that creepy guy.
I think he's so lovely. He's the best.
I love him.
Okay.
I think we could be friends.
We probably could. Tell me the name of the family that I'm supposed to mention now.
Nintai.
The Nintai. All right. So, as he's like poking and prodding at my shit, I guess, I'm still going to attempt to do my best to make eye contact with Shogun and occasionally the Emperor, but he's 12, so who gives a fuck? Little brat. I don't say that.
Oh!
Right. I don't say that out loud. And I go, you said Nintai, right?
Yeah.
So I go, I believe the person that cursed me is a part of the same family that attempted to murder my abbot back at the Order of the Ikuzen? Yeah. Which was the Nintai family. And I am going to pull out this steel that I had ripped off of the arm. And I also have, don't I have like...
Yes, you have another one from the
gonna-
other ninja.
Right. I'm going to pull it all out and say, this is all that I was able to get a hold of as they left. Someone is trying to kill my abbot and now, by extension, myself. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Creepy McCreepy pulls back and is uncharacteristically still. And I don't know about you, Anya, but this is someone basically coming in and saying, "Hey, the Congress is trying to murder my abbot and me with dark magic," and everyone else in the room just goes dead quiet.
There were more people in the room?
Well, the
I thought
Emperor,
everybody was
the Emperor, the
Okay.
Shogun, Sashahira,
Got
And
it,
me.
got it.
and
Yeah.
you,
And then I'll say...
and the ninja that's behind you.
Right. And I'll say, if it's not the case, then I understand, and I don't want to spread rumors about something that isn't true. But that's
The-
why I'm here.
The Shogun
I was
actually
sent to Fugo.
steps down and like leans over and picks up these 2 pieces of cloth.
They're in my hands. He
Oh.
takes them out of my hands.
Oh yeah, he doesn't ask. He
No,
takes
that's
them
fine. Yeah.
and looks them over,
Fucking hate that Shogun. He's the worst.
and it's just like, these are genuine. And that makes everyone else in the room even quieter.
I don't understand what the ploy is against my order or my abbot or myself.
Nor do I.
We are a simple people that stay in our place.
I did not order this. The Emperor would never order this.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
And he, like, there's a brief moment of just anger as he clenches his hands around these 2 pieces of fabric before he recovers himself and hands them back to you. Take these with you. The commissioner of the Tamahita Commission will be at the headquarters. Bring this allegation to him. He is one of the highest order of military and police in this country. If anyone can gain information on an imperial family, it is him.
I will. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, snap.
And I'm also going to be like, I'm sorry I don't understand how to properly address the court. This isn't exactly my area.
He waves it off and is like, the important thing is that you have brought these allegations to light. Something like this cannot be allowed to stand. And he looks to the Emperor, who he looks terrified at that and is nodding.
Oh,
Okay?
cuz
Okay.
getting upset. Don't worry,
Yeah.
cuz, I'll protect you.
Shit. Is creepy guy still touching me?
No. He stopped. Like, when you made the accusation, he was like, yo.
This is beyond me.
Okay.
In his defense, I don't think it
Right.
was inappropriately. He's just creepy, so it felt weird that he's
know-
touching you at all.
You know, even if it's consensual, consent can be relinquished at any time, okay?
Okay, too creepy, stop.
Actually,
hey, at
you're
least he
claiming.
didn't ask if you wanted candy, little girl.
Jesus.
Um,
Y'all
I
stop
will-
that.
I will ask, like, is there a way to remove the curse? Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna kill me, and I'd at least like to make sure my abbot's safe before I die.
Oh, the divine magics I would need in order to cure this are beyond my kind. However, I could investigate something so ancient for you out of the goodness of my heart.
Okay, now he's creepy.
Yes, for sure. I will I would appreciate that very much. I don't have a lot of money. Is this going to cost money?
Oh no, hold on. He said goodness of the heart. Don't push it.
No money. This is fascinating. I want to know more. I want to
Would you
watch
like to
what
know more?
happens.
Tell me what you know about the Reapers.
Oh, yes. The fucking Emperor goes, ah, yes, Reapers. But no, like, I'm interested to see what happens if this curse can be cured, or if perhaps someone has found the ultimate weapon of magic.
Wonderful. I cannot wait to be your guinea pig.
Excellent. You would be surprised how few people say that.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna die anyway, so might as well go out with a bang, right?
Oh, he
Might as
gives
well
like
go
a
out horribly screaming.
he gives a
Yeah.
nod that is his head goes too far back and it goes too far forward when he does it.
I
You.
love this guy.
We get it, Rowan. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
He's creepy, and I'm making him as creepy as possible.
He's so cool.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Amy loves it. My character fucking hates it. Amy fucking loves it. Gross. Okay. Gross. So am I okay? Now I have logistic questions. Like, am I to like stick around while you figure it out?
No,
Is
no,
this something
basically-
you can, like, figure out from afar.
What he's saying is basically, I'm gonna go and like do a Google search on this shiz. You go do
Got
your thing. I'll send someone else.
Okay, lovely. Okay, then we'll go and address the highest of high super secret police person. I don't say any of that. I don't know how to use words. I'm surprised we're not dead, honestly. Like, this is where I'm at. Like, I'm surprised we didn't fucking die.
Yeah, and
So that's great.
the Shogun also, as you guys are kind of wrapping up, looks to you again, Oniori, and is like, find out who orchestrated this and bring them to me.
As you command.
Yes, Daddy.
This is a form of extrajudicial action that only I can punish properly.
Ooh.
The Emperor's like, yes. Now, go away before something worse happens. Who knows what else is following you three?
I hate the Emperor so much.
And then I bust in. Oh, I found you! No, I'm just kidding.
Oh! Running in with your fucking high heels and purse.
No. No.
Never
that's
call.
Bow as deeply as I can. When I bow, does it hurt?
No.
Like, does it just... the way you explained it to me originally, it feels like something that would just, like tingly, piercingly hurt all the time. Like,
Not
just
all the
enough
time.
to be like, that exists. Okay.
In fact, sometimes you
cool.
forget it's there. Because the
Right.
only time that it hurts is that one time when the spooky grandma fog came out and was like, you're just like your father.
Get down.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm probably going to mention that as well. And be like, that happened in this, who's around? Yeah, nobody else is. Okay, great. This situation, and I'm going to explain what happened while I was in the bath this morning. And that sucks. Like, that just sucks.
You're not sure how you can tell, but now creepy guy's scared.
Oh, shit. Well,
What you
yay.
just said made him
It
frightened.
probably he probably stops shaking for the first time since we've seen
Or
him.
maybe he shakes even more.
No, he just
rattling.
is like dead statue still. You think you might have just fucking killed him or something. He is motionless.
Good. I'm glad you killed him. He's the worst.
And then he just goes,
He's the worst.
Whole court is the worst.
It's been nice
"I'll-
knowing you.
I'll look into it. Bye-bye."
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna fucking bow and fucking. Do you walk out backwards and you bow, or do you just like walk out?
Yeah,
Turn
they
your
expect
back
you to
on the
walk out
Emperor?
backwards, basically being like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't
I
ever turn my
figured.
back on someone as perfect as the Emperor.
Right,
Yep.
I figured. So it's a lot
Backing
of
the
like,
fuck
I'm
out
like,
of there.
God damn, I'm so clumsy. Am I gonna fall over?
No, I'm not gonna make you do
Okay,
that.
good.
That would be pretty funny, though.
I've got
Yeah,
keen
like-
balance, so I'm good.
Aren't you so special?
Yeah.
I guess I followed them out.
Yeah, you like the Emperor, like the Shogun motions for you to go, and you've only met him once.
Oh, he's already getting rid of you.
He's fucking pissed.
Oh yeah.
This
Our
isn't
party
like
has an ice queen.
this isn't like a, oh, I have to do this in order to hide face. No, this is someone went over me. They're fucking dead.
Someone else used my dark magic. I'm going to have to kill them. Swoogity swooty. Time to kill that booty.
So yeah, we're gonna cut there. Fuck, this went on a lot longer than I thought it would. Does anyone...
Yes. I do have one more thing I want to do.
One more thing. And it,
Yeah.
You do know
One
that
more
she...
thing.
Do you try to lose Shion as he tries to come after you?
I do not. I'm moving with purpose towards the. I have all of my shit. I went up. I don't have a lot of shit, so I have all my shit on me at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I am moving with purpose towards that shrine I went to. Head down, moving quick.
Yeah, and he chases... Not chases, very quickly catches up to you and, is like... What was all of that about? What happened?
Akimasa knows. Akimasa knows, and he's threatened me. I let out trust, and at this point, you should distance yourself. Find yourself away from me. I will not be the reason that more people die.
Ooh.
I can handle myself.
And he looks, and he turns, and he actually holds out his hand to push against Shion's chest and says, I do not care what you can handle. And there's actually, tears in his eyes.
He stares at you with that kind of steely samurai look for a moment before he sighs and puts his hand against his good hand against your chest and is like, we'll find a way to fix this.
You don't understand. Everyone, not just my family, everyone I have ever known, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 people, are dead. Every last one of them. I am dead in spirit. If it is found out that I am not dead, then everyone
then
I have
someone will hunt
interacted
you
with
down and kill you and anyone who
And-
has ever known you. Do you not
And-
think that I have also suffered with that? What do you think happened to my arm to make it this way?
And he says, he probably sits and kind of stares in disbelief and says, I don't know who all you've lost, but you haven't lost thousands.
No. I haven't. But I have lost enough to know.
And
If
probably
you let yourself go like this, if you fight against everything, you'll never win. I was in that same spot that you were in long ago. Maybe not for the same reason. Maybe not to the same extreme. But so long as you are brave enough to stand against the lightning's glow, you'll survive.
braver. Why? Why is it always brave? Why is it always brave?
Because that is sometimes all we have in the world, is the ability to keep going.
And he probably just stands there and says, if you find a way to make sure that if you find a way to make sure that the people that I care about don't die again, then find me. Otherwise, I have to tell my only friend left. And he probably says that,
Oh.
and Shion probably has a pretty hard time with that, I'm betting. He probably says, I have to tell my only friend left that I'm leaving. Don't follow me. You won't find me.
Yeah, at that he loses that determination, just goes back to that slight look of almost smugness that he always has. And is just like, alright. Have fun on the run.
And yeah, he's gonna turn away. And obviously Hiroki is not of sorts, and he's gonna go to the shrine.
Yeah. We're gonna cut it there though because it is 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. This went so many good ways and so many bad ways.
Mm-hmm.
And just like
Bookkeeping.
that, we have been cemented as the villains, Akimasa.
I disagree. I disagree.
Hey, I'm cool with it. I actually had full intention of being a bad guy. In this
Everybody
game.
gets 5 XP.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Let's see here. I have to
Woof.
go to edit.
This was so good. The drama. This is what this tabletop was made for, baby.
I agree.
Yeah,
All
we are
right.
going to start with sign-offs.
Wait, no loss of honor? Like
We'll get to that after
okay.
sign-offs. I just want to be able to let people who need to go places get to go places.
Yeah.
Amy, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can do that. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, my name is Megan, and today I played, I'm
Izumi.
sorry. Izumi, I will get it, I swear. One day I will get it. I was actually trying to, log in to write down stuff. And that was pleasantly surprising. Honestly, I think the Shogun's kind of hot, but I wasn't going to say anything to anybody. And, I was kind of, why not? Why fucking not? Why not fuck the Immortal Shogun? Why fucking not? Someone stop me from doing it. I can't help myself. It's part of my nature as a player and a character. Just kidding, sort of. And that was great. We didn't die. I thought we were gonna die. I was nervous, and I was like, "Who's my next character gonna be after I fuck this one over?" So that's great. And let's see here. On Wednesdays, I'm in Over the Horizon, and Cyrus Smith runs that. He enjoys actively trying to kill us. It's more fun to say when he's around, because then he gets to look affronted as he actively tries to kill us on Wednesdays. That's okay. And then on Thursdays, I am in Cyberpunk, where Mira is actively trying to kill us, and she's here so she can look affronted.
I'm not affronted. I'm fucking proud of it.
Right, no, that's fair.
Yes, I try to kill you.
Yeah, it's fucking good shit. Honestly, these fucking games, you guys, I think about them all week, and all I have thought about is my actions from yesterday and what I need to do differently and how I'm going to handle this to gain some sort of control over a situation that I am 100% sure I have zero control over, and it will actively tumble down the drain, and I will just have to be like, sorry I fucked everything up, which is fine.
What gave you that idea? The fact that you're working with an AI?
The fact it's New Amsterdam.
It's fine.
Exactly.
Everything's great. Everything's fucking great. And so, if I'm not doing that, you can find me here. I'm at a shop, and it's a print shop, and I just printed Guy Fieri, and I feel like I need to pull him out one last time. Fuck it, hold on.
Gary
hold on,
Fieri.
Gary
Gary
Fieri.
Fieri, right. Hold on. He's cut. He needs to dry just a little bit more. So this is Gary Fieri. He's fucking fabulous.
Let's go!
He's a 16 by 24, and if you would like your artwork put on a 16 by 24, hit a bitch up. I fucking make it for you. Cheap as fuck. Okay, that's me.
All right. We're going to move right along to Brian.
Yes, I'm Brian. I played Inja Oniyuri, the Shogun Magistrate now. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun when I finally meet up with Mira's character. Oh, we're gonna meet. Trust me.
You're gonna meet. You don't think I was going to let you get away, did you?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's all going to depend. Do I have that lion mask, the tiger mask on or not?
Oh.
It's because that's a dead giveaway who I actually am. But anyway, yeah, so this was fun. You can also find me on Thursdays in New Amsterdam, where I'm playing Connor McGregor. He's a lovely old Scottish mercenary, and yeah, he's going where the money is, and he feels a little gypped not getting his Travoltas, but I'm sure that's going to come. We'll take care of them later. And you can find me on Saturdays running After the Bomb, a lovely survival story in the 4th edition of Twilight 2000. On Sundays, this Sunday, you can find me running Gloomfall, a D&D story within the 3.5 system, where they're all in the Underdark and trying to survive. And eventually on Tuesdays, I will be running a World of Exploration, a GURPS fantasy, when my actual schedule allows me to start it right. And that's it for me.
Computer King.
I'm the Computer King, the supervillain of streaming, I guess. And I'm playing Nagashita, who's going to have a really important talk with Masahira about the difference between political suicide and actual suicide.
Yeah.
I mean, legit. I want to be there when you have that fucking conversation. It could have gone so differently.
Yeah,
So
yeah. On Mondays, I'm in the Shardverse of Fire Shrike, playing Lollipop, who looks like a giant brain with a spindly little body, and who thinks he's smarter than everybody else around him, so he treats everybody else like they're dumb. And, oh yeah, it's a space game if you can't guess by the fact that I look like a giant brain. In fact, I look like this giant brain. If anybody
Oh
can
God!
see me right now.
Oh God! No!
Hell yeah.
We're here again.
So,
I'm having flashbacks of Annoying Orange.
and on Thursdays, I'm in New Amsterdam playing Payne Dexter, who also is waiting to get some Travoltas, but really hopes to watch some Travoltas fight some Nick Cages while he finds a nifty computer chip that apparently Amy's new AI program wants to get a hold of too, which I'm kind of worried about. So that's the games I'm in.
All right, next we're going to go on to Garza.
What up? It's your boy. I'm the realist of Garzas. On
It's your boy.
Wednesdays, catch me as Flanagan, the lovable halfling who is slowly but surely becoming less of a douche canoe. You know,
No!
one day,
He's a gnome.
maybe.
Where's my team?
Fridays, every other Friday, you can catch me here being Yawari Kochiki. I'm committed to being a villain. I'm a horrible person, and I think that's great. I think it's good. Not everybody in the party can be nice. Someone's got to be crappy, and that's beautiful. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited that Inja's part of the party now. Things are about to get mad real. Let's go. That's it. I'm just in 2 games, but I try my hardest in both of them.
Also, Flanagan's a gnome.
Oh, playing again. Oh, is he? Oh, I don't even know my own character.
All right, moving on to Mira.
Hello, everybody. You said my name funny and it didn't tick for me. Hello, everybody. My name is Mira, also known as Mira Shades Gaming. And today, you caught me playing Hiroki, a samurai who is out of time and out of sorts. He's in a real bad way, and he said some things he probably didn't actually mean to some people that he probably should have been a little bit better to. Hopefully they'll understand the apology if he survives, which he could just fucking die in the next session or two. I could see that happening. But yeah, other than that, you can also catch me running Thursdays with New Amsterdam, where everybody's happy-go-lucky, happy and fun, and having a great time, all the time. Definitely never any strife. You can catch me you can catch me on Mondays, where I play as Clet, as a part of Team Forearms in Shardverse. You can catch me this coming Sunday in Gloomfall, where I am going to be playing Madame Yinvrat. She is crazy as fuck, and has a lot more resources that she didn't ask for and is a little bit anxious about because she doesn't have full control over those resources, which is kind of her thing. And then you can catch me on Saturdays, every other Saturday, as Adam McCarthy, much to the chagrin of his own last name. And that is going to be me.
Tomas, you are up.
Hey, that's me. So you caught me here playing Agimasa Chusagara, the swordsmith that has ulterior motives on some things. All right, we don't go into it too much. It'll happen when it happens. I want that fucking blade. Other than that, you can catch me playing JR Bit on every Wednesday, the lovable little rabbit. But that's about all I do here. You should definitely catch everyone else's cool shit that they do, especially the Amsterdam shit. There's like Travolta's and like I'm so confused every time you guys do recaps or whatever the fuck's going on that, and I love it. I love it every time.
It is very
It's so
intriguing.
good.
It is the most
It's
intriguing
the
shit I've ever heard.
Stop being confused and
And
just
if you
watch it for him.
you guys play super late and I'm asleep.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm-
VODs are for.
But it's okay because they have reruns on YouTube and
Facts.
Twitch.
And catch that shit because like Travolta's and other nonsense.
Travolta Team and Cage Crew.
Exactly. Other than that, yeah, those are the only two places you can catch me right now. Maybe more things in the future. I might even try to DM, maybe if they'll let me, possibly. We got to talk about that, but I'd love to
That'd be
try at
fucking
least.
tits.
Yeah,
Soft
it'd be fun.
announcement?
Poggers.
Not even kind of. It'd just be the home game is a fun one, and I would like to maybe do something else, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
But other than
Hell
that, definitely catch these other fuckers and someone else go, because it might not make it anymore.
Catch these other fuckers. Someone else go. Jesus.
Exactly.
Daniel, the
Catch
man
me
of the
outside.
hour.
Please don't. I'm
Yeah.
fragile. Don't catch me outside.
Uh,
I scare easy.
Same.
You caught me here playing
Same.
Masahira, who was being eaten up inside a lot more than he let on, and he tried meditation, and it worked to get rid of the what's it called,
Strife.
Right.
strife, but it still wasn't getting rid of the fact that he was lying to the people, not just the emperor, but he was lying to the people, and it was eating him up inside. So he was like, when he had the opportunity,
You should have sought some counseling.
that was counseling, admitting guilt to the emperor
Yeah.
and the shogun. That all worked out in the end. I mean, it was the right thing to do as a
It could have been
samurai.
done much better.
Yep.
It's fine. But yeah, you can catch me here on Wednesdays in Over the Horizon as Gideon, the man with an archdemon in his head. Just kidding. It's just a cool blade. That's all it is. It drinks the blood of its enemies. That's all.
Crazy.
Yeah, nothing crazy. And you can also catch me on Thursdays as Omen and Scene. Right now it's Omen, Scene soon. Soon, Scene. Scene soon. You will see Scene soon.
Jesus Christ.
That's all part of it, actually. That whole thing.
The whole
Yep.
character. I can verify.
Oh yeah. And we got to torture someone. It was great. Pleasure and pain. Made a new drug from it. And then that is everything I'm in right now for now. Catch me outside.
All right. That just brings it back to me. Hi ho, friendolos. My name is Rowan, otherwise known as Nighthawk. Got me here today running the Immortal War, where I don't even have to do anything half the time. You fuckers just kill each other in your own ways. Or yourselves in your own ways, Mr. I'm sorry I lied, I'm bad!
Say what?
I'm sorry I lied, I'm a bad boy!
Oh,
Please
yeah,
don't be
yeah.
mad at me! Mom,
Yeah.
it's bad! You can also catch me here Mondays, where I am in Shrikeverse, Shardverse, whatever the hell, 1385, where I play Charity and Temperance, the brothers who pilot a big stompy robot together and who are in combat for the first time, and Charity killed a bug! Which sounds like something a little kid would be like, and then we got into a fight, and then I killed a bug?
That's all tabletop games.
Yeah, honestly. It's playing pretend with rules.
You can find me here on Wednesdays in Over the Horizon, where I play Sanel, who is tired of these motherfucking M's in his motherfucking brains, and just wants to get the hell out of here. You can also find me here on Thursdays, where I play Cachette in New Amsterdam, where he's just like, I just want to kill, and man, I don't want to be part of no politics, but he is about to teach a bunch of Nazis that these straights ain't for you, Ka. So that's going to be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it for me, and I think that's it for everyone else. Oh, yes. Probably within the next couple weeks, you'll be able to be here, and we will be getting back to good old Yakshas. So come and see some war crimes and some mech stompy robot action and some more war crimes on top of it as a treat. That is it for us. I think we're going to get out of here with a R.I.P. Hiroki's friends and call it a day. R.I.P. Hiroki's friends.